Chapter 1. Name: Blood corpse must die. Type: weapon. Quality: excellent. Attack: strong. Element: none. Is special effect: melts blood. Corpses when attacking can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: this sword is the early work of the legendary dwarven craftsman, or all must die. A crafty goblin merchant used a few bottles of ergwotu to purchase this sword from, or half a month later, or created. Goblins must die. A name: stone. Type: weapon. Quality: trash. Attack: weak. Element: none. Effect: none. Remark: these are irregularly shaped rocks that can be seen everywhere. Sometimes they are picked up and used as weapons. Even though they can be brought into or out of the scenario, people usually throw them away after they are done with them. They will not carry them with them or keep them in their inventory. Name: fruit. Knife. Type: weapon. Rarity: broken. Attack: weak. Element: none. Effect: none. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Remark: at least this thing has a blade. Name: medical record of an unidentified person. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: unknown. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: this piece of paper is covered in blood in many places. A name: face sketch. *6. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: unknown. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Note: these paintings were obviously drawn by the same person. The item can be separated or stacked. When stacked, it will be regarded as a single item. O name: disposable syringe. Type: consumable. Quality: normal. Function: extract or inject liquid. Remarks: stay away from drugs and cherish your life. Name: Walkman with built-in cassette tape. Type: plot item. Rarity: worn. Function: play the recording from the tape. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: you better believe the contents of the tape. A name: sleeping Tibetan macaque. A type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: unknown. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Remark: a kind of lively and brave monkey that is on the verge of extinction. Name: Mario's wrench. Type: weapon. Quality: excellent. Attack: medium. Attribute: fire. A special effect: when attacking the head of a humanoid or humanoid creature, there is a high chance of inflicting heavy damage. Remark: the owner of this wrench is very famous. He called himself a plumber, but he never fixed pipes. He only crawled in and out of pipes, jumping here and there. He was busy fighting the evil forces, saving the kingdom, searching for the princess, and so on. He sometimes disguised himself as a frog, a raccoon, or even Xidigarba. Sometimes he would release fireballs, throw hammers, but he never. Note that this is never a plumber's essential tool. Therefore, the wrench was enraged. It wanted to prove that the wrench could be used in battle. A name: Ultron fragment. Type: armor. Quality: excellent. Defense: strong. Attribute: refraction. Effect: none. Equip requirement: fighting E. Level 8. Remark: this is the remains of a certain generation of Ultron after it was destroyed. It was originally only the size of a thumb, but after adding secondary adamantium, it was made into this shield. It seems to be slightly stronger than other mass-produced shields, but many experiments have shown that there is no significant data difference to support this theory. A name: M1911A1 pistol. Type: weapon. Quality: normal. Attack: medium. Element: none. Effect: none. Equip requirement: marksmanship F or workmanship F. Remark: this isn't a movie, so please remember 3 things. First, release the safety before firing. Second, pay attention to the recoil. Third, don't forget to reload. A name: flashlight. Type: tool. Quality: normal. Function: illumination. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Remark: requires 2 number 1 batteries to work. O name: note with numbers written on it. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: unknown. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remarks: 69,185. O name: key of fire. A type: plot item, quality, excellent function, used on fire seal, can be taken out of the scenario, no remark, a key with magic energy, one of the 5 keys to the Devil's Gate. Name, survival points recovery potion, large, *2 type, consumable quality, normal function, recover 100% of the player's life points can be taken out of the scenario, yes, remark. The maximum number of stacks is 5. Continuous use of this item will weaken the effect. Name, Eye of Hatred a type, armor, quality, excellent defense, none element, none special effect. Instantly know the target of the monster's aggro equipment requirement, character level 20 or lower, cannot be traded after pickup, can be taken out of the scenario, yes to note. Since you found this item, it's obvious that it belongs to you. The goggles were made by a necromancer. He had made a lot of enemies and wanted to use them to detect the murderous intent of others. Unfortunately, this thing can only observe one target at a time. When he was alive, he once carved a small line of words on the top of the goggles, "When you look at me, I look at you too." Name, slow quicksand type, consumable quality, excellent special effect. Shatter the container and reduce the speed of all monsters within a 100-meter radius by 10 times. Last for 1 minute. Remark, this bottle contains some inferior time dust. If you are surrounded by a group of monsters, this bottle may be able to help you escape. Name, Jazz type, armor or quality, excellent defense, weak attribute, none is special effect. Increase maximum running speed, greatly reduce the consumption of stamina points when walking or running for a long time. Note, this pair of sneakers belonged to an unprecedented winger. He was the first European Footballer of the Year, an outstanding dribbler. In his career of more than 30 years, he had never been shown a red or yellow card. Another player known as the King of Football once commented, "He is the one who taught us how to play football." Name, ink-stained letter a type, plot item, quality, normal function, unknown can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. The contents of the letter are partially covered by ink and cannot be read. Name, constant low light lantern type, tool rarity, broken function, illumination the special effect, everlasting remark. This lantern was once a powerful magical instrument. However, it was never repaired after it was severely damaged. It can only illuminate an area of about 5 meters around it. Twisting the switch can't control the brightness of the lantern, nor can it be turned off. Fortunately, it still has the characteristic of unlimited fuel. Name, miner's hat type, armor or quality, normal defense, medium attribute, none special effect, lighting function consumes battery. Equip requirement, general ability F or workmanship F remark, a safe and reliable armor. The miner's lamp in front of the hat is also very useful. Name, Echo armor type, armor quality, excellent defense, strong attribute, buffering effect, none equip requirement, general ability C or workmanship D a remark. After collecting the whispers of the Black Bolt King, Dr. Doom used this enormous energy to create this device. The user can unlock the belt to obtain an invisible, sound armor. Name, antitoxin serum type, plot item, quality, normal function, 39. 48% chance to remove and immunize the user against the Z virus. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remarks. Can be injected or consumed. Ineffective on monsters and zombified players. Name, Kenny's hoodie type, armor or quality, excellent defense, weak attribute, none is special effect. Within a certain probability range, the wearer will passively become the team's main target to take damage, including monster attacks, accidents, natural disasters. In team survival mode, normal, the wearer can revive once on the spot after death. Prerequisites: male player bound after equipping a remark, "Oh my God." They killed Kenny. A name. Casey Jones mask a type. Armor quality. Excellent defense. Medium attribute. None is special effect. When equipped, the player's fighting mastery will be considered to be one level higher than the player's actual level, but it will not exceed C. Equip requirement. Male player, level 15. A remark. The owner of the mask spent his days with 4 mutated turtles who loved pizza and lived in the sewers. Even though he was a young man without any superpowers, he was still passionate about fighting against street criminals. The mask slowly became his symbol. A name. Message from the unknown deceased. Type. Plot item. Rarity. Worn function. Unknown can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. Even though you found this, you don't necessarily need to read it because once you read it, everything will be different. A name. Children's baseball bat. Type. Weapon quality. Normal attack. None attribute. None effect. None in note. In order to ensure the personal safety of children under the age of 10 when they come into contact with baseball, we have invented a safety bat. The outer layer is a thick rubber material, and the inside is filled with air. Even if it hits the head, it will not cause any injury. A name. Signing list. Hell frontline. Type. Consumable quality. Normal function. Apply to establish a club or remark. If the item is not submitted within 24 hours, the item will disappear automatically. Every player could only receive 1 name list per day. Players who had already joined the guild could not receive any. After collecting 4 signatures, submit them and pay 100,000 game coins to establish a club. The people on the signature list will be default members of the club. O name. Death poker. Type. Psionic weapon quality. Excellent attack? Attributes. Unknown is special effect 1. Infinite automatically generates a depleted card every 5 minutes, stops when the number reaches 54. Special effect 2. Combo, attacking with a certain combination of cards will increase damage. Special effect 3. Spirit seeking, the spiritual weapon will always fly towards the target the owner wishes to attack. Special effect 4. Shield card. Randomly consume 10 cards to create an indestructible shield. Special effect 5. Soul chasing, randomly. Consume 30 cards to release 1 to 100 single poker cards with a power of 7. Equip requirement. Activate sorcery mastery can be taken out of the scenario. Yes, note. During Gambit's time as the Reverend's Knight of Death, part of his abilities developed a consciousness of their own. He betrayed his master and became an unknown energy that roamed the multiverse. Until one day, it met another powerful soul and turned itself into a card, becoming its loyal and powerful servant. O name. 3 keys. A type. Plot item. Quality. Normal function. Unlock doors. Can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. You can use it once you find the corresponding lock. O name. Stool of the 18 bronze statues, number 5. Type. Weapon rarity. Broken attack. Weak attribute. None is special effect. When attacking humanoid creatures, it will never be damaged and has a certain chance to inflict bleeding effect on the target. A note. The folding stool can be hidden in a house and can be easily obtained. You can also sit on it to hide your killing intent. As it is not considered a weapon, even if you are caught by the police, they will not be able to sue you. It is known as the head of the 7 weapons of the marketplace. Name. Sainthood type. Weapon quality. Normal attack. Medium attribute. None special effect. Increase the recovery speed of the wielder's spiritual power by 50%. Equip requirement. Fighting D. Remark. The true power of this sword has been sealed. Only when it has killed a certain number of evil spirits will the seal be lifted. Only then will the sword be able to unleash its true power. A name. Tai Suya type. Weapon rarity. Legendary attack. Unknown attribute. None effect. None equip requirement. Fighting A, Sorcery A, Summoning C, and level 40 and above. Remark. A legendary treasured saber, forged by the Saber and Saber House. Its raw material is the fang of the great demon dog general. After injecting spiritual energy, the iron suya will transform into its basic combat form, the Sword of Teeth. According to the strength of the user's spiritual energy, skills, and proficiency, the iron suya can transform into many forms. Each form has unique attributes and special effects, and its power is also different. Name: Robots must die. Type: Weapon equality, excellent to attack, medium attribute, electricity special effect. Damage is significantly increased when attacking mechanical enemies. Equipment requirement: Level 15. Note: in the life of the legendary dwarven craftsman or Quan Dai, there were many embarrassing stories. Almost every story ended with the creation of a weapon. For example, the most infuriating and embarrassing time was when he was on vacation at Cake Mountain and was played a badger game. It was only later that he found out that the other party was a repeat offender who could change their appearance at will. Not long after, he forged this steel saber. Name: Anti-gravity catapult. Type: Weapon quality, excellent attack, medium attribute, none is special effect. Objects weighing less than 10 kilograms and less than 1 cubic meter can be levitated and launched forward. Equip requirement: Marksmanship D, Workmanship E, Level 15. Note: please don't try to suck your eyeballs out. I can tell you clearly that the result will be terrible. Name: Anti-gravity shield. A type: Armor quality, excellent defense, medium attribute, buffering effect, none prerequisite. Fighting F, Level 10. Remarks: this armor can stop flying objects with a volume less than 1 cubic meter and a strength less than 25 kilograms, such as flying baseballs and falling suitcases. But if someone picks up a freezer and throws it at you, or directly launches a melee attack, then the defensive ability of this shield is no different from an ordinary metal shield. Name: Hard Disk 2455A1 2020. Type: Other quality, excellent special effect, can only be used with the 3D table in the meeting room. When activated, a random blueprint of a tool will be displayed. Will disappear after 20 uses. Cooldown: 24 hours, real time. Note: not all hard drives are used to store video files. Name: Persephone's vacuum cleaner. Type: Weapon equality, excellent attack, none attribute, none special effect. Absorb the life points of monsters and recover the same amount of life points for the player, 0.5% per second. Ineffective on dead, non-physical, mechanic, and boss-level monsters. The vacuum cleaner cannot store life points. The absorption effect is instantaneous. If the player's life points are full when they use it, they will not be able to recover. Equip requirement: Level 20, General Ability D, Workmanship D. A note: Persephone is the maid of the Count in the Demon Castle. Other than using her Taekwondo black belt to expel intruders, her most common job is to clean the castle. Persephone's vacuum cleaner could effectively absorb the blood on the floor and walls, which was closely related to the Count's habit of smashing cups. Whenever the Count saw a visitor from the Belmondo family, he liked to throw the goblet filled with blood in his hand to the ground and then go up to the other party for a friendly duel. It has been like this for hundreds of years. The meaning is unclear. A name: Administrator's Knife LV-18. A type: Weapon quality, normal attack, strong attribute, none is special effect. The damage dealt to the target will be tripled. Equipment requirement: Administrator exclusive. Remark: this item cannot be discarded, destroyed, traded, or displayed to normal players in any form. Name: One-shot kill pistol. Type: Weapon rarity, legendary attack, attribute, none special effect, kill prerequisite. Marksmanship F can be taken out of the scenario. No remark: this gun has unlimited bullet. None of its parts can be disassembled or reloaded. When shooting, only one bullet needs to be fired at the current target. As long as you roughly aim at the target and pull the trigger, the bullet will definitely hit and kill the target in one shot. Name, Contra Metal * 4 type, plot item, rarity, legendary function, able to die on behalf of the player, unable to trade, discard, or take out from inventory, can be taken out of the scenario, no note. Strange, why isn't there 30? Up, up, down, down, left, right, right, B, A, B, A, name, unknown chemical agent, B, type, plot item, quality, normal function, one of the raw materials for synthesizing an antidote, can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. Similar items cannot be stacked. Name, Moxie's bad temper, type, weapon quality, excellent attack, medium attribute, fire a special effect, especially suitable for destroying physical bodies. Prerequisite, marksmanship D, workmanship E. Remark. The temperature of the gun body is not an overheating phenomenon, and the continuous vibration is not caused by malfunction. In short, please use it without worry. Name, Goblin gas mask type, weapon quality, excellent attack, weak attribute, poison a special effect. When speaking or exhaling at close range, target will be poisoned. This effect is active, can be used without the facial equipment being displayed. Equip requirement, workmanship D, level 17 and above. A note, everyone dies. Medical insurance can ensure that you die in bed. However, if the cost of your treatment is too expensive, you may be visited by strangers wearing masks. Without a doubt, the salesperson of the Goblin Insurance Company has no moral integrity. Name, key type, plot item, quality, normal function. The owner and his team will gain the rights to Tian Room C of Chong Lin Inn. Can be taken out of the scenario? Yes, remark. Even if you don't have the key with you, as long as someone in the team has it, they can enter and exit the room freely. Chapter 202. The end of the book. Name, Bell type, plot item, quality, normal function. Locate the Temple of the Hidden Bell. Can be taken out of the scenario? No remark. This little bell seems to be connected to a powerful evil spirit. A name, Vending Machine Basher type, weapon quality, excellent attack, weak attribute, none special effect, 1% chance to cast Hammer's Persistence. Equip requirement, level 25 or above, fighting C or general ability C. Remark, have you ever had your coins swallowed by a vending machine? If you do, then you should know that a light pat or a few random punches are futile. Only a single hit can make that damned machine work as usual. P.S. Yes, I once made an ogre spit out his kidney. Name, Crystal Cuttings, type, consumable quality, normal function. Recover 50% of the player's life points and increase the recovery speed of life points for a certain period of time. Can be taken out of the scenario? Yes. Remark. Recovery effect is not affected by the decrease of life points. Recovery potion. Name, Spider Web Gloves, type, armor quality, excellent defense, medium element, none special effect, can stick to objects. Equip requirement, general ability D, fighting D. Remark, do you want to use your palms to pick up an object that weighs more than 10 kilograms? Do you want to climb the wall with your bare hands? Do you want to slap someone's face with spider silk? Stop dreaming. The adhesive strength of this pair of gloves isn't even as good as cellophane. It's almost like a sticky note. Name, Bell of Jean Gang type, other quality, excellent special effect, able to perform the following 4 commands. 1. Observe the details of an NPC. 2. Observe the details of a monster, excluding boss-level monsters. 3. Receive a 5-minute death warning. 4. Double the effect of your next sorcery mastery skill, under reasonable conditions. Remark, unable to trade after picking up, but selling the item directly to the system store will not be stopped. Cooldown time, 12 hours, ends immediately after leaving the scenario. Once all 4 commands were executed, the Bell of Jean Gang would enter a cooldown state. Players can also initiate the cooldown of the item. During the cooldown period of the item, the player cannot use any kind of command. Name, endless grenade magazine type, tool quality, excellent function, make grenades, special effect. The container will generate a Mark II grenade every 20 minutes. Remark: only two products of the container can exist at the same time, regardless of whether the products are placed in the container or not. Name, black key type, plot item, quality, normal function. Permanently unlock the black iron door, it will disappear after use. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. It is hidden in a dark place. Name, feather leather hat type, plot item, quality, normal function. Unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes remark. A leather hat with mediocre craftsmanship. Even if it is decorated with a bright feather, it still can't hide its poor quality. Name, blue key type, plot item, quality, normal function. Permanently unlock the blue door, it will disappear immediately after use. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. Hidden in the water, name, white key type, plot item, quality, normal function. Permanently unlock the white iron door, it will disappear after use. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. It is hidden in a white place. Name, soaked blanket type, plot item, quality, normal function. Unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes remark. For some reason it was stuffed in a strange place. Name, yellow key type, plot item, quality, normal function. Permanently unlock the yellow iron door, it will disappear immediately after use. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. As expected, it was hidden in a place with feces. Name, gray key type, plot item, quality, normal function. Permanently unlock the gray iron door, it will disappear after use. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. It fell from a dusty guy. Name, artificial eye type, plot item, quality, normal function. Unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes remark. A very realistic eyeball. Name, cold blood armor type, armor rarity, perfect defense, extreme attributes, refraction, isolation with special effect. Immune to normal bullets, greatly reduces damage from special ammunition and heavy weapons. Internal temperature can be adjusted and maintained at a constant temperature. Comes with an air circulation and filtration system. Equip requirement. Male player must have the power to move the armor. Can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. The armor that Mr. Freeze usually wears has outstanding defensive capabilities. However, its shortcomings are equally obvious. First, it's too heavy, and one has to reach a certain level of strength before wearing it. Second, it needs to be recharged, and the recharging interval is usually 3 to 6 hours, which is too frequent. Third, the temperature inside the armor ranges from 0 to 10 degrees Celsius. Ordinary people will be in danger of hypothermia if they wear it for too long. Name, freeze ray gun, low power, type, weapon quality, excellent attack, none attribute, ice special effect, freeze the target. Prerequisite, marksmanship can be taken out of the scenario, no remarks. When shooting, it can only freeze objects the size of a basketball. When shooting continuously, the freezing effect will spread from the point of impact to the surroundings. Energy usage. It will need to be recharged after that. Name, obsidian hammer type, weapon quality, excellent attack, medium attribute, none special effect, exorcism prerequisite, fighting D level 23 and above. Remark. Obsidian is one of the 7 treasures of Buddhism. When encountering demons and evil spirits, it can be used to ward off evil spirits and destroy them with brute force. Name, battered batcape type, armor rarity, broken defense, none attribute, none effect. None can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. A damaged, old cloak. Name, embrace of Artemis type, armor rarity, perfect defense, none attribute, none special effect. Greatly reduces the damage of all long-range attacks. Equip requirement. General ability C. Cannot be traded after pickup. Remarks. Under the protection of the Goddess of the Moon, players will be immune to normal arrows, bullets, and laser attack. It can also offset a portion of other long-range attacks, special ammunition, long-range skills, or special equipment, as well as non-physical damage. Name. Apple. A type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. The bright red apple looks very tempting. Name. Broom. Type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, no remarks. It seems to have other functions besides sweeping the floor. Name. Pointy hat. A type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, no note. If you don't mind the strange smell inside, you can wear it. Name. Cursed key. A type, plot item, quality, normal, function. The holder will be plagued by bad luck. The item cannot be discarded, destroyed, or traded, can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. The key will be consumed after the corresponding door is opened. Name. Reproductive alchemy amplification device. Type, armor, quality, excellent defense, weak attribute, none special effect. Slightly increases the effect of summoning skills. Prerequisites. Summoning F. Remark. This item can be equipped on either knee. It cannot be removed or equipped in the scenario, and the maximum life points of the wearer will be lowered by 10%. Name. Antibiotic. 3030. Type, consumable, quality, normal, function, remove poisoned and infected status, can be taken out of the scenario, yes remarks. This is a common anti-inflammatory medicine. Take it orally. Name. Morphine. 5. Type, consumable, quality, normal, function, reduces the increase of terror points by 30% for a certain period of time. Can be taken out of the scenario, yes remark. Frequent injections in a short period of time may cause a toxic reaction. Name. WJQ 308 military shovel. Indestructible. Type, tool, quality, excellent, function, everything. A note. This is the most dominant military product developed by a certain country after Take Your Life 3000. It has all the functions of a shovel, an axe, a saw, a hammer, a ruler, a bottle opener, a can opener, a pair of pliers, a wrench, an oar, a shield, a hook, an anchor, and a pickaxe. The words, "Made in China," on the wooden handle is undoubtedly a guarantee of quality. Name. Energy storage method. Type, weapon, quality, excellent, attack, strong, element, none is special effect, 100% additional bleeding effect, theoretically targets can bleed, provides 1% to 100% additional damage based on energy storage. Prerequisite. Fighting C. Level 30. Remarks. Automatic energy storage speed is 1% per second. Name. Armor-piercing incendiary bullet. Type, consumable, quality, excellent, special effect. It will explode after penetrating the target's first layer of defense. If it fails to penetrate the target's defense, it will explode directly, but its power will be halved. Requirement. Shooting C or workmanship B. Remarks. Made of depleted uranium alloy with the assistance of miniature liquid propellant, extremely strong penetrating power, deflagration effect is fire attribute damage. Name. Uzi. Type, weapon, quality, normal, attack, medium, element, none effect, none prerequisite, marksmanship F. Remarks. Reliable, light, easy to operate, and low cost. Name. Type 0 Magic Crusher. Type, tool, quality, trash, function, create trash, special effect, has a certain chance to create a legendary item, requires at least 3 pieces of equipment with quality no lower than excellent to activate. A note. This is a magic item invented by the famous wizard, Luke Mind. According to his own description, The device could mix several items with magical energy to create a more valuable and powerful item. But the reality was very bad. After Mida destroyed the hundreds of magic treasures he borrowed, the thing only spat out a pile of scrap metal. Thus, Murd was beaten up by his furious colleagues and banished from the Adepts Association for good. This shredder was labeled as trash and locked in the warehouse. Name: emaciated residue type, other quality, trash effect. None remark: material residue that has lost its characteristics. It is pure trash that cannot be used in any form. Name: Meow's wrath type, weapon quality, excellent attack, medium attribute, ice special effect. Inflict 150% weapon damage and freeze effect to humanoid beings and physicists wearing glasses, formal suits, bow ties or neckties. Equip requirement: fighting C or remark. 4 sharp claws, the material of which is unknown. Name: withered armor type, armor quality, excellent defense, strong attribute, none special effect. Receive double damage when hit by fire element attacks. Equip requirement: level 30, bound after equip. Remark: a long time ago, the hunters of Magic Creek Town researched the method to create this armor. They cut the bark from the Treant warriors' corpses and pulled out the vines that were soaked in the Magic Creek. Combining the two, they created this extremely light and tough armor. Its only weakness is its fear of fire. Name: Thunder Boomerang type, magical weapon quality, excellent attack, strong attribute, electricity is special effect 1. Fly back, sense the user's position and fly back to the user's hand. The special effect 2. Hunt, lock onto the target and make a precise attack. The special effect 3. Ultrasonic, when flying back or hunting, if conditions permit, can sense and avoid obstacles. Special effect 4. Thunder, release a strong electric shock, can only be used in close combat. Within 1 hour after use, the Thunder Boomerang will lose all special effects. A remark: in 1977, a tourist in Australia was accidentally hit in the back of his head by the boomerang he threw and died. In the end, his soul traveled to tens of thousands of years ago and became a Corys. They did not have a fixed residence and were scattered throughout Australia. Before the Europeans occupied Australia, the Corys had more than 500 tribes with a population of more than 750,000. From then on, he began a domineering journey where he had one lucky encounter after another. He swept across the continent and slaughtered gods and demons, becoming a legendary existence. Many years later, a weapon that he once used reappeared somewhere in the multiverse. It was the Thunder Boomerang. Chapter 2. Name: Void Treading type, armor rarity, legendary defense, medium attribute, isolation as special effect, absorbs all damage caused by falling. The soles of the feet must be on the ground, able to walk or stand on water at will, able to stand stably in the air for a short period of time, double the efficiency of stepping on the ground, double the maximum running speed, increase the effect of skills activated with the legs, under reasonable circumstances, by 30%, able to trample to the level of a pure spirit. Equip requirement: Sorcery Mastery, General Ability Mastery B, Fighting Mastery B. You have cleared at least 5 nightmare scenarios. Cannot be traded after pickup. Remark: everything is void, everything is allowed. Name: Cold Moon Saber type, weapon rarity, perfect attack, strong attribute, ice special effect, double damage when attacking frozen enemies. Remark: cold green light is attached to the blade. Cold light flashes. The hilt is inlaid with gold and silver threads in the shape of a crescent moon, hence the name Cold Moon. Name: Holy Grenade type, consumable quality, excellent special effect. Generate a powerful and stable explosive attack. Remark: one of the most powerful weapons in the insect world, Battlebug. The Holy Grenade will not reflect upon contact with any physical surface, nor will it be affected by the wind. The explosion delay is 3 seconds, and it will affect a radius of 12 yards. No fragments will be sputtered, and its power will be completely concentrated within the explosion radius. Name: Deceiving Pocket Watch Type. Other quality: excellent special effect. Slightly change the user's voice and volume. Voice change consumes 10 stamina points per second. A message from the inventor, Professor Bamboo. I have to admit that my invention is not perfect. It is difficult to use it to imitate the voice of the opposite sex. Also, it can't increase the volume of the voice to the same level as a loudspeaker. Of course, its appearance is pretty good. Only a fool would make a voice changer look like a red bow tie. Name: Phantom Madam's Caress. Type: armor. Quality: excellent defense. Weak attribute: none special effect. Create an illusion of the user in the target's eyes. The glove must touch the target's body to activate. Cooldown 15 minutes. The illusion can only be seen by the user and the target. The target must have normal vision. Equip requirement: level 38 or above. Workmanship D. Remark: the original owner of this pair of gloves was a mysterious woman. She was sexy, enchanting, and charming. Her amorous eyes and red lips are irresistible. She is a deadly temptation, an extremely dangerous sweet trap. She lays a net, making it difficult for her prey to extricate themselves. A name: Demonic Spirit Pivot. Type: other rarity. Legendary special effect: grant your summoned creature unparalleled undead energy temporarily. Duration: 5 minutes. Cooldown: 12 hours. Can only be used on one summoned creature. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Remark: an ominous item that seals the aura of millions and millions of dead spirit. The will it contains seems to want to drag all living things in the world into the abyss. Name: Key. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: open a door somewhere. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: this is a backup key that Lester secretly made. Can open a door somewhere. A name: Moldy Sandwich. Type: plot item. Quality: trash. Function: edible. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: usually, only those with a serious hoarding fetish would preserve such a seriously deteriorated item. Name: Meal Card. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: you can purchase working meals from the hospital's 1F restaurant. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: Cedar County Public Hospital's employee card. You need to top it up at the cafeteria. Name: Little Black Rabbit Milk Candy. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: you might be able to exchange it for something. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: a snack with a weird taste, the favorite of the White Wolf clan. Name: Torn X-ray Film. Type: plot item. Quality: trash. Function: unknown. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: only half of it is left. Under the light, it appears to show some blurry images. A name: Key to the Pediatric Consultation Room. Emergency. A type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: you can see the name of the item yourself. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Remark: this is strange. Why would this key be locked inside a locked box? And the password to the locked box is recorded on an X-ray film? And the X-ray film is torn in half and placed in 2 different places? What is going on? A name: Victor's Key. Type: plot item. Quality: normal. Function: unlock Victor's family's wine cellar. Can be taken out of the scenario. No. Note: many years ago, Victor Redworth was just a second-hand vendor who sold second-hand goods. He was a nobody. Until one day, he obtained the recipe for a mysterious drink from a faraway eastern country. A name: Chuck Norris Razor. Type: other rarity. Legendary special effect: give you a cool appearance. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Note: one of the CN series items. It records one of the 100 well-known facts about Chuck Norris. It will be bound after picking up. Chuck Norris doesn't actually have a chin behind his beard. There's only another fist there. A name, old pokeball never used, type, other, quality, excellent, special effect, able to capture and preserve a crystal maze realm phantom beast. Prerequisite, choose IFO as your religion, can be taken out of the scenario, no note, I hate Pikachu. From the bottom of my heart. Name, Peacock screen type, weapon rarity, perfect attack, strong element, none is special effect, self-contained skill, missed screen, 10 minutes cooldown equip requirement, fighting a remark. After activating missed screen, the Peacock screen will receive a double attack bonus for 10 seconds. During this period, the fan will be able to fan out a strong hurricane forward, causing AoE damage. Name, oxygen pipe type, other quality, excellent special effect. When inhaling, you will obtain a small amount of oxygen. Equip requirement, none, bound after one use. A note, you don't need to light a fire or smoke. Just put it in your mouth. When you smoke it, it will still smoke, but only pure oxygen will enter your lungs. A name, signal interrupter. A type, plot item, quality, normal function, block the signal of the brain tracking chip, can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. Range of effect is 2 meters, still effective after it is stored in the backpack. A name, two-faced man's coin. A type, plot item, quality, normal function, unknown, only two-faced person can possess it, can be taken out of the scenario, no remark. This is a commemorative coin from Gotham City that was released in 1922. It is a very rare mistake coin. Both sides of the coin are printed with human heads, and one of the sides is twisted and scary due to the corrosion of strong acid. Just like its owner. A name, Altair's touch type, compound weapon rarity, perfect attack, extreme defense, medium attribute, none is special effect. Assassin's Edge, indestructible hidden blade, foolproof, automatically calibrates the trajectory of the arrow when it is fired. Equip requirement, fighting mastery A, scouting mastery B, bound remark. The arm scabbard once used by the assassin Grandmaster Altair ibn Lahad. This genius assassin, who had obtained the title of master at the age of 25, had revolutionized the structure of the scabbard. The new hidden swords can be equipped without cutting off fingers. Its strength can already be used for slashing, and the accuracy of the hidden arrows has also been significantly improved. The name, incinerating thruster type, weapon quality, excellent attack, extreme attribute, fire effect, none equip requirement, marksmanship A, character strength enough to lift a cannon, bound remark. An extreme weapon that abandons mobility, accuracy, and continuous combat ability. It weighed 190 kilograms, and its recoil and power were equally astonishing. The cooldown time between shots was 10 minutes. P.S. This item must be placed into the inventory in the form of a photon. Every time the inventory is removed, it will enter a new cooldown process. Name, Alchemy King's Taunt type, armor, quality, excellent defense, none attribute, none special effect, greatly increases the effect of summoning skills, weaker effects will be overridden. Prerequisites, summoning C, a healthy middle finger on the right hand, binds after equipping, remark, to hell with those who keep shouting about equivalent exchange all day long. You need a ton of materials to refine something, but I can do it with just a handful of dirt. You want to expel me from the association? No problem, this is my response. Remember my hand gesture. I don't want to stay in this damned place. I'll definitely be the Alchemy King. Name, low temperature constant light bullet type, consumable quality, normal is special effect. Starts to glow 1 second after firing, provides illumination within a 12 to 15 meter radius. Prerequisite, marksmanship D or workmanship D remarks, lasts 280 to 300 seconds. It will still be effective after landing, but the illumination effect will gradually weaken over time. Name. Bye-bye type. Weapon rarity. Legendary attack. Attributes. Special effect. Depending on what is loaded, the magic cannonball will be fired. Equip requirement. Level 45, Marksmanship B or Workmanship B. A note. It is said that this slingshot was made by a god. For some unknown reason, he engraved this line of words on the slingshot. Hey! You're right. No. It's your fault. Name. ****** 2 type. Consumable quality. Normal function. When used alone, suppress the withdrawal reaction for a certain period of time. When used in multiple stacks, obtain the corresponding random buff. Can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. If you don't want to become an idiot like Randy, it's best if you don't touch it. Name. Handcuff key type. Tool quality. Normal function. Unlock handcuffs. Can be taken out of the scenario. No remarks. What? You're asking which handcuffs it can unlock? Which one could it be? Dude, are you a Virgo? Name. Handcuffs type. Tool quality. Normal function. Up to you. Can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. Since you've seen the item description, it means that you've obtained the key. Name. Bell's Daily Knife type. Compound weapon rarity. Legendary attack. Extreme attribute. Fire a special effect 1. Cut off the head and you can eat it. The parasites, germs, toxins, and other harmful components of the creatures killed by this knife will be nullified. Special effect 2. Chicken flavor, crunchy. The creatures killed by this knife will turn into the flavor of chicken after being cooked. Special effect 3. Protein content is 6 times that of beef. The creatures killed by this knife will have 6 times the protein content of beef per unit of weight. Special effect 4. Keep up, Kevin. Summon a Kevin to fight for you. Equip requirement. General ability A, Workmanship B, Summoning B, bound after pickup. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes, remark. Total length 27. 9 cm, blade length 9. 5 cm. AUS 8A blade with a hardness of 58 HRC. Hard alloy hilt covered with ABS anti-slip rubber, comes with a nylon K-sheath, a sharpener, a flint, and an outdoor survival whistle. Bell Eat You Clamwell's personal blade. A must-have divine weapon for survival in the wilderness and killing people. If you stand in its way, it will eat you. Note: items or equipment with summoning effects like Bell's Daily Knife will have an additional hyperlink function in the item description menu. Players can open the hyperlink in the game menu and observe the details of the summoning effect. Summoning special effect. Keep up, Kevin effect. Summon Kevin to fight for you, 1 week cooldown, 45 minutes duration, maximum of 1 Kevin at a time. Remark: Kevin will not appear out of thin air. After the special effect is activated, he will quickly appear in front of you in a relatively reasonable form. Kevin's basic appearance is that of a 35-year-old Caucasian man. His specific attire will change according to the environment he appears in. Kevin will always carry a video camera. Kevin's combat ability is stronger than the average human, even while carrying a video camera. Kevin can accept the summoner's mental commands as well as verbal commands. Kevin will only communicate with the summoner in a very simple manner. In most cases, he will ignore the conversations of others and remain silent. A name: Bloodstained Spoon type, weapon quality, trash, attack, weak element. None effect. None remark. Yes, this is indeed a weapon, and it can be used to kill. Haven't you read A Horribly Slow Murder with Extremely Inefficient Weapons? Name: Swift as the Wind type, other quality, perfect special effect. Allows the player to enter a silent, invisible, shadowless and formless state, lasts for 10 seconds, cooldown of 5 hours. A remark: a pearl that contains the power of the wind. A name: Gentle as the Forest type, other quality, perfect special effect. Instantly heals the target's injuries. Cooldown of 24 hours, limited to external wounds and limb repair, unable to remove diseases, curses, poisons, and other debuffs. A remark. A pearl that contains the power of rhythm. A name. Fiery invasion. A type. Other or quality. Perfect. A special effect. Unknown. Remark. A pearl that contains the power of fire. A name. Immovable as a mountain. A type. Other or quality. Perfect. A special effect. Creates a solid defensive force field around the user, blocking all external attacks for 5 seconds, cooldown of 10 hours, resistance against spirit attacks is 30%, excessively powerful attacks may break the force field. A remark. A pearl that contains the power of immovable gods. A name. Unknown as a type. Other rarity. Legendary special effect. Unknown. Remark. Only the most knowledgeable ancient gods can identify its true form. A name. Move like thunder. Type. Other rarity. Perfect special effect. Increases target speed by 500%, lasts 10 seconds, cooldown 500 minutes, cannot be used on immobile objects or creatures. Remarks. A pearl that contains the power of thunder. A name. Faded bronze key. Type. Consumable quality. Normal function. Open a door somewhere, can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. This key only corresponds to one door, it will not be used if it is inserted into the wrong keyhole. A name. Bottle. A type. Plot item. A rarity. Broken function. Hold liquid, can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. There's nothing special about this glass bottle. The label on the bottle has been rubbed off, and the cork can be removed at will. A name. Glass. A type. Plot item. Quality. Normal function. Hold liquid, can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. A very ordinary cylindrical glass. The inside of the glass is quite clean. O name. Violin. A type. Plot item. A rarity. Broken function. Play music, can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. Although it looks very old, it can still be played normally. Unfortunately, the bow is gone. Name. Pirate's gold key. Type. Consumable quality. Normal function. Open pirate's treasure chest. Can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. The owner of this key obviously loved gold and silver. Unfortunately, he was buried in the vast sea before he could enjoy the wealth he plundered. A name. Moon slaughter. Type. Psionic weapon quality. Excellent attack. Extreme attribute. Ice special effect 1. New moon automatically calibrates the trajectory to a certain extent according to the shooter's will. The special effect 2. Full moon unlimited ammunition. The special effect 3. Waning moon. The temperature of the gun remains constant. The special effect 4. Lunar eclipse. 100% trigger rate. Remark. A spear of extreme coldness born from the shadow of the moon. O name. Falling star. Type. Psionic weapon quality. Excellent attack. Extreme attribute. Fire. A special effect 1. Star orbit automatically calibrates the trajectory to a certain extent according to the shooter's wishes. The special effect 2. Nebula unlimited ammunition. The special effect 3. Spark. The temperature of the gun is always maintained at a constant temperature. Special effect 4. Meteor 100% attribute trigger rate. A remark. The blazing spear born from the stars. A name. Blackbeard's skull. Type. Other rarity. Legendary special effect. Unlock Blackbeard's treasure. Note. Some say that after Blackbeard's head was chopped off, he swam around the adventure many times before disappearing into the depths of the sea forever. Others said that Maynard hung the severed head on the battleship's tusk and brought it back to Virginia. A week later they boiled Blackbeard's head, wrapped it in silver leaf, and made it into a wine cup, which they sent to the tavern for the use of the people. Until one day, a group of people coveted Blackbeard's treasures but had no clues. They set their eyes on this silver-plated pirate's head. Not long after, it mysteriously disappeared from the east coast of America, and there was no news of it since then. Name. Vanguard shield. Type. Armor rarity. perfect defense, extreme attribute, buffering special effect. Increase maximum life points by 7% when equipped, slightly increase life points recovery speed, 70% chance to block 30% damage when receiving normal attacks, other than special, powerful, and skill attacks. Equipment requirement. Level 40, bound after equipping can be taken out of the scenario. Yes, remark. The Vanguard shield left behind by Ghoul Dan's Death Knight can easily block any threatening attack. Name, Smiling Noodles, type, armor or quality, excellent defense, weak attribute, none special effect. Nullify one spirit type attack aimed at you, 1 hour cooldown, the effect will not be triggered if the attack is too high or too low. Equipment requirement, above level 45, remark, I am the scary smiling man. What was the smiling man laughing about? Laughing at you, laughing at himself, laughing at everything. What did his smile mean? It means your sins and his pain. He has thrown this sin upon your heads, he has spat this pain upon your faces. I'm smiling, which means that I'm crying. Name, Na Yuan Che Marrow Powder *7 type, consumable quality, excellent function, full recovery of survival, stamina, and spiritual energy value. Recovery effect will not be affected, nor will it decrease. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes, remark. One of the strongest healing panaceas in the Saint Origin world. Name, temporary work permit of Otaku Town Post Office type, plot item, quality, normal function, prove your identity as a postman, can be taken out of the scenario. No note. This card is only valid for 24 hours. Name, letter to Otaku Town type, plot item, quality, normal function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario. No note. Most of the information on this envelope is blurred, and there is no stamp on the letter. The only thing that can be identified is the addressee's address. Number 3, 1st Street, Otago Town, Maine. Name, Otaku Town Postman Work Manual. Type, plot item, quality, normal function, records the code of conduct of the postman in Otaku Town and some necessary knowledge. Can be taken out of the scenario. No note. I'm not someone who haggles over every detail. My requirements are very simple. Be punctual and firm. Norman Nelson. Name, Enoch's Wisdom Tooth. The type, plot item, quality, trash function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. The owner of this tooth is an extremely stingy fellow. One morning, he added too much mustard to his hot dog, and as a result, his teeth fell out. He immediately asked the hot dog stall owner to compensate for his loss, but the stall owner refused and mocked him. In his anger, he stole a bottle of salt from the other party's stall. Name, right foot of the sealed one. Type, other quality, normal is special effect, unknown, bound after pickup. Remark, you will gain unlimited power after the seal is broken. Name, Staff of Asclepius. Type, weapon rarity, legendary attack, medium attribute, none special effect 1. Power of evolution, doubles a player's basic physical skills and stamina points, and increases the player's stamina recovery speed to 1000 seconds. Duration, 3 minute. Cooldown, 30 minute. Special effect 2. Spirit summoning power, doubles the maximum spiritual energy of a player's summoned creature and increases its spiritual energy recovery speed to 100 seconds. Duration, 3 minute. Cooldown, 30 minute. Special effect 3. The power of immortality, grants a player the ability to revive once in a scenario. Limited to 1 use per scenario. Equip requirement. Medic Mastery A. Bound after equip. Remarks, a divine staff with the power of evolution, spirituality, and immortality, symbolizing the noble will of the god of medicine. Name, I_wanna_be_ a belt. Type, armor quality, excellent defense, weak attribute, none special effect, Each time you receive an attack, the equipment will increase your defense a little bit. Prerequisites: waist size below 32 yards, binds after pickup. Remark: every death means a new beginning, and every new beginning means a new death. When your blood splatters everywhere you go, the pain will be as natural as breathing. Chapter 33. The Detective's Forced Return. Name: Banana Mulberries Ma Fei Doll. Type: Other. Rarity: Broken. Special effect: the holder can use a special skill, Snow Dance of the Nine Heavens. This skill is not affected by the upper limit of the skill bar. Prerequisite: male, bound after pickup, can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Note: a doll that Banana Sang treats as a good friend. Every time he is scolded by Tseng Liangjun, Banana Sang will hug Ma Fei tightly to seek spiritual comfort. A name: Heavenly Peach. Spitting fragrant message. Type: weapon. Rarity: perfect. Attack: strong. Attribute: none. Special effect: miracle strike. Prerequisite: marksmanship. In note: this is an old-fashioned Soviet-made rifle without any optical aiming equipment, but a sniper hero used it to create a miraculous record of single-handedly fighting for 32 days, firing 442 shots, killing 214 enemies, and remaining unscathed. Many years later, this gun reappeared in the world. A line of words was engraved on the body of the gun: "We are all sharpshooters. Each bullet kills one enemy." A name: Titanium Alloy Jinhua. Type: armor. Rarity: excellent. Defense: strong. Attribute: absorb. Special effect: block physical damage below a certain level. Extremely effective against slashes. Prerequisite: general ability. B. A note: this shockingly shaped shield is the product of a bet between two engineers. It is made from titanium alloy and filled with several unknown metals. Due to its irregular shape and excessive weight, it is difficult to use in actual combat, much less mass-produce it. A name: Misaglia's set. Type: armor. Rarity: perfect. Defense: strong. Attribute: refraction. Buffer. Special effect: inherits all the special effects of the four Misaglia's sets. Equip. Requirement: general ability. A. Sleuthing. B. Fighting. B. A note: a half-metal, half-leather armor that is light, sturdy, comfortable, and reliable. The exquisite workmanship, design, and material selection make it stand out from other similar armors. The only drawback is its expensive price. A note: allows you to walk on the wall for around 15 seconds. Misaglia's shin guards. Slightly increase your arm strength. Misaglia's gauntlets. Reduce the consumption of stamina points for all movement-type actions, Misaglia's breastplate, and increase your levitating time, Misaglia's pauldrons. O name: Origin Water God Sword. Type: psionic weapon. Rarity: excellent. Attack: attribute: water. O special effect: 1. Origin follows your heart, summons this weapon without consuming spiritual energy value. The special effect: 2. Origin Water. True form: any physical or non-physical attack cannot damage this sword. A note: only those with special bloodlines can comprehend this ultimate sword. It was extremely soft, yet extremely strong. It was visible, yet invisible. The sword contains righteousness and will last forever. It will destroy evil and disdain everything it sees. O name: Xianyuan's sword. Type: weapon. Rarity: legendary. Attack: attribute: none. A special effect: when fighting demons, spirits, monsters, phantoms, ghosts, phantoms, and phantoms, players' attack is increased to 10 times their theoretical limit. Equip. Requirement: fighting S, sorcery C, level 45 and above. Remark: the ancient sword of the Holy Path, a legendary divine weapon, one of the 10 ancient divine weapons. It was forged for the Yellow Emperor by the gods using copper from the first mountain. One side of the blade was engraved with the sun, moon, and stars, while the other side was engraved with mountains, rivers, and plants. One side of the hilt was engraved with the techniques of farming and animal husbandry, while the other side was engraved with the strategy of unifying the 4 seas. It contains infinite power and is a supreme divine sword used to slay demons. Name: Fusion type, consumable quality, excellent special effect. Temporarily fuse two creatures under the player's control into one. Duration: 10 minutes. The player can also be used as a fusion material. Or remarks: the power of this card can induce a fusion effect without sacrificing the fusion material once. Name: Astral Vision Signal Flare *5 type, consumable quality, excellent function. Create a spiritual light signal explosion. A remark: after the astral vision signal flare is released, it will detonate 200 meters away from the release point and trigger a spiritual light gathering reaction that lasts for 10 seconds. Only those with level D and above in Sorcery Mastery can see this reaction. Chapter 3. Name: Explosive Fist. Skill card attribute: active skill, disappears after 2 uses. Skill type: fighting, effect. Explode after hitting the target, inflicting fire attribute damage. Consumption: 50 stamina points. Learning requirement: Fighting Mastery F. Remark: boom. Name: Sloppy Repair. Skill card attribute: active, permanent skill type, workmanship effect. Temporarily upgrade a trash or broken mechanical product to normal for 3 minutes. Consumption: 100 stamina points. Prerequisite: workmanship F. Note: as everyone knows, the founder of the Great Rotten Apple Company, the goblin inventor and entrepreneur, Mr. Chewy Steve, was also a repairman when he was young. His epitaph reads, "Only a rookie would try to fix something completely." In order to let more people understand this sentence, he also printed the company's logo, a chipped apple, on the tombstone. Cold-blooded head cracker. A title. Abilities. Name: Concussion. Special ability type, passive effect. 30% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds when hitting the head with a blunt weapon. A remark: it doesn't matter if you don't kill it in one hit. Put in more effort, it's just the beginning. Name: Brat's Lower Whip Kick. Skill card attribute: active skill, disappears after 3 uses. Skill type: fighting, effect. Ignores mastery level, 100% chance of tripping any monster that can be tripped and provoking them to attack you. Consumption: 100 stamina points. Prerequisite: Fighting Mastery F or level 10 or above. Remark: this is the mischievous Blue Cat 3000 kicks. Panicked Ambusher. Title. Ability. Name: Retreating Slash. A special ability type, active. Consumption: 30% of maximum stamina points. Effect: can be activated the moment the target is hit. The user will immediately perform a high-speed movement to the back, pulling at least 10 meters away from the target. No cooldown time, can only be used when using a cold weapon with a blade. A note: I jumped out again. He returned to his original position. It jumped out again. How was it? Hit me, idiot. Name: Body Enhancement Technique. Skill card attribute: active, permanent skill type, spiritual arts effect. After activation, the player's physical abilities will be greatly enhanced, strength and speed will be at least twice the original, and life points will continue to be lost. When the life points reached 1%, the skill would automatically stop. The skill can only be used again after 30 seconds. It cannot be activated when the life points are lower than 10%. Consumption: reduce life points by 2% every 5 seconds. Prerequisite: Sorcery Mastery F. Note: the basic Tao technique recorded in the Demon Subduing chapter of the Ghost Valley's 7 chapters. The Tao of the Ghost Valley sect does not focus on one's state of mind and morality. It is an alternative path outside of the orthodox Xianmen sect. It is rather like the evil path of opportunism. Even if it is an entry-level cultivation method, it can quickly increase the strength of the cultivator. Name: Decapitation. Special ability type, active effect. Instantly appear behind the target and perform a heavy slash at the target's neck that is 5 times the player's maximum strength. Cooldown: 2 hours. Can only be used on humanoid monsters. Must be within 3 meters of the target when activating the skill. Note: this move was created by Guan Xiaoyu, a swordsman of his generation. When Guan Xiaoyu was 18 years old, he already had a ferocious face and a beard. After 3 years of learning, he became an executioner of the imperial court. At that time, the court was corrupt and the eunuchs were in power. Guan Xiaoyu had killed countless loyal and good people in the past few years. His heart was filled with resentment. At the age of 23, Guan Xiaoyu resolutely decided to step into Jianghu and settle his grudges. He created a set of beheading saber technique and became a supreme art of the present age. Decapitation saber technique is the first move. A name: decisive victory, a special ability type, active effect. Directly observe the stats of the final boss in the current scenario, if it exists, including height, weight, race, skill, weakness, and so on. This skill can be used repeatedly. Cooldown time is 1 second. If the boss stats change during observation, the skill will need to be refreshed to see the changed stats. A remark: know yourself and know your enemy, and you will win every battle. A nervous fighter, title ability, name, Bee Sting, special ability type, active consumption, 7% of maximum stamina points, effect. Can be activated the moment the attack hits the target, causing the target to suffer the slightest bleeding effect for 2 minutes. This effect can be stacked up to 10 times. Regardless of the number of stacks, the duration will start from the last release. No cooldown. Requires a sharp weapon that can cut the target's skin to release this skill. Can only be used on one target at a time. Remark: if you don't have an advantage in terms of strength, you might as well try a battle of attrition. Name: Goshawk breaks the sky, skill card attribute, active skill, disappears after 1 use. Skill type: shooting effect. Infuse spiritual power into the bullet and fire it, causing a powerful explosive damage to the target. You must use a pistol to activate this skill, and there must be at least 1 bullet in the gun. Consumption: 500 stamina points, 50% of maximum spiritual energy. A learning requirement: marksmanship E, sorcery F, level 10 and above. A note: a simple and practical move. You only need basic knowledge of spiritual spells to understand the principle behind this move. The more spiritual energy consumed, the more powerful the attack would be. Gunners with weaker physical abilities would be paralyzed for a short period of time after making a move. The weapon that fired the goshawk piercing the sky will be unusable for the next 15 minutes due to overheating. Name: Devil Bat Ghost Shadow, skill card attribute, active, permanent skill type, investigation effect. Cooldown 5 seconds, can only be activated when running forward at high speed. Within 3 seconds after activation, the player will have double afterimages as cover. Before the skill ends, the player can directly pass through the target obstacle in front of the player. If the obstacle is a wall, when the player encounters the wall, there must be a gap wider than the player's shoulder in a 2-meter fan-shaped area in front of the player to pass through the gap. A completely sealed wall will not be able to be passed through if the height of the player is more than 3/4 of the player's height. Consumption: 100 stamina points. Learning requirement: sleuthing E, fighting E. A remark: this is the signature skill of an American football running back with the number 21. Using the movement of the body's center of gravity and the change of steps, he creates a double image in the opponent's vision, thus bypassing the opponent's obstruction. Name: One Sword Flow, Adversity Harbor Bird, skill card attribute, active, disappears after 1 use, skill type, fighting, effect. A long-distance slash with 1 arm, creating a wave of swords to attack a group of people. The skill is powerful and has medium speed, can only be activated when using a sword-type weapon. Consumption: 300 stamina points. A learning requirement: fighting D, level 15 and above. A remark: this skill was created by a famous 3-sword swordsman who was born on Singles Day. Many years later, it seems that this guy just casually gave the long distance / a name. A name. Evil King's Black Dragon Flame, skill card attribute. Active, disappears after one use. Skill type. Sorcery or effect. Release a black dragon to devour you and your enemies. Consumption. 100% stamina points. Learning requirement. Sorcery Embark. Eat or be eaten. This problem has been solved. Name. Ice Alchemist's Persistence, the skill card attribute. Passive, permanent skill type. Workmanship effect. Increase the success rate of all active skills by 10%. Prerequisite. Workmanship. A note. Mr. WW always warns us that even if you are making ice, out of respect for chemistry, not even a fly is allowed in the laboratory. Unpredictable fanatic. Title skills. Name. Watch out. Special ability type. Active, consume. Effect. Player can choose any unlocked mastery and randomly activate an active skill of that mastery. Cooldown, 10 minutes. Skill cost depends on the effect of the skill. The random effect of the skill will not exceed the player's level and ability. Remark. Madness is a shortcut for humans to explore their own potential. Name. Flash Impact. The special ability type. Active consumption. 300 stamina points. Effect. Turn into a stream of light and attack the target at high speed. After the skill ends, appear 2 meters behind the target with your back facing the target. Cooldown, 5 minutes. Must be equipped with a sharp weapon. Can be activated within a range of 20 to 20 meters from the target, but cannot pass through obvious obstacles. A remark. If you encounter an enemy who is much weaker than you and want to kill him in a cool and clean way, this is the move you need. Name. 3 Flowers Convergence Technique, skill card attribute. Passive skill, permanent skill type. General effect. Increase the recovery speed of life points, stamina points, and sorcery points by 50%. Learning prerequisite. None. The skill card cannot be traded after being picked up. Remark. Human flower refines essence into chi. Earth flower refines chi into spirit. Heaven flower refines spirit back into emptiness. 3 flowers at one's prominence, no surprise, no fear, no anger, no resentment, no stubbornness, always clear and always awake. Those who have mastered the divine technique will be able to shed their shell and return to the void, returning to the void realm. A name. Heaven and Earth Inversion Mantra, skill card attribute. Active, permanent a skill type. Fighting effect. Heaven and Earth reverse, Heaven and Earth reverse. No cooldown, consumption. 2% of maximum stamina points, learning requirement. Fighting Mastery B, Sorcery C, level 30 and above. This skill card cannot be traded after being picked up. Note. A martial artist's first goal is to raise their cultivation level. Second, they need to become more proficient in attacking and defending against enemies. This art opens up a new path. Using the methods of the profound way, it overturns the nature of communication between the human body and the outside world, creating an unparalleled and wondrous skill. Name. Not So Hasty Repairs. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Workmanship effect. Temporarily upgrade trash or broken machinery to normal for 15 minutes. Consumption. 200 stamina points prerequisite. Workmanship D. A remark. If you don't want to receive more complaints, at least let the damn equipment run until the end of the warranty period. Name. Unparalleled Purgatory Heat Wave Cannon skill card attribute. Active skill disappears after one use. Skill type, fighting, effect. No matter what kind of enemy they are, they will be instantly reduced to ashes. Consumption. 2500 stamina points learning requirement. Fighting Mastery A. Remark. King-style Qigong technique, one of the strongest combat-type skills. It possesses miraculous destructive power. A name. Summoning, Sailor skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect. Summon a strong sailor to fight for you, 60-minute cooldown, 10-minute duration, maximum of 1 sailor at one time. Consumption: 10% stamina points, 20% spiritual energy points, a can of spinach. Learning requirement. Summoning F. Remark: this is a sailor with a strange appearance. He has his own philosophy of life. He's stubborn and childish, but he has a sense of justice and dares to step forward. He's the kind of guy who would use the simplest and most violent way to save a damsel in distress. He's the most trustworthy partner in a fight. Name. Summoning, Shadow Voice, Skill Card Attribute, Active, Permanent Skill Type. Summoning Effect. Summon a voice of shadow, no cooldown, but can only be used once after entering the scenario. The duration is unlimited, and at most one voice of shadow can be summoned at a time. Consumption: 50% of spiritual energy value, one summoned creature, except for voice of shadow. Prerequisite: summoning C. Remark: voice of shadow does not have any combat abilities. It will remain hidden in the player's shadow. It has an independent personality and high intelligence. It can communicate with players. When another player in the scenario used a summoning skill, the sound of shadow could instantly sense the other player's summon and instantly establish a connection with the player's own shadow, regardless of distance. As long as the connection is not interrupted, the voice of shadow can grasp the other party's location in real time. Name. Yex Impact Punch, Skill Card Attribute, Active Skill, Permanent Skill Type, Fighting Effect. Unleash a powerful punch with a powerful wrist. Consumption: 500 stamina points. Learning prerequisite: Fighting C or General Ability C. Remark: this is an attack created by Fist King Bison. With his huge body, he takes a step forward with unimaginable agility. The straight punch that carries his weight has amazing destructive power. Name. Weightless Contact, Special Ability Type, Active Consumption: 20% of maximum stamina points. Effect: causes a certain object to float in the air without gravity. Cooldown: 1 hour. Duration: 1 minute. Target size must be less than 20 cubic meters and cannot be the user. Note: if you're good at fighting games, it's easy to understand that infinite floating means infinite combos. Name. Fierce Tiger Pushes Mountain, Iron Palm 5th Form. Skill Card Attribute: Active Skill, disappears after one use. Skill Type: Fighting Effect. Inflict heavy damage to the target with a powerful palm strike. Consumption: 50% of maximum stamina points. Prerequisite: Fighting D. Remark: the Iron Palm originated from the Xiangxi Iron Palm clan. It has boundless power and is unrivaled in the pugilistic world. Those who were hit mostly died on the way to the hospital because their internal organs were shattered. The 5th style, Fierce Tiger Pushes the Mountain. When you start, you stand up naturally, gather chi in your dantian, place your arm in front of your chest, and strike out with your palm from top to bottom. Exhale with a high sound to assist you, and withdraw the wind from your palm as soon as it comes out. The intention is to turn your palm into 1,000 layers, and the force penetrates the enemy's back. Layer by layer, penetrate the enemy's body and strike out. Name. Spirit Breaker Strike, Skill Card Attribute, Active, Permanent Skill Type, Fighting Effect. Unleash a shockwave that contains spiritual energy. Cooldown: 3 minutes, requires the user to wield a cold weapon. Consumption: 200 stamina points, 20 sorcery points. Learning requirement: Fighting E. Sorcery E. Remark: the damage to purely physical targets, such as mechanical objects, is extremely weak, but it has a significant effect on targets with spiritual energy or souls. Name. Void Flash, Skill Card Attribute, Active Skill, disappears after one use. Skill Type: Spiritual Arts. Effect: concentrate the soul puppet to a high degree and emit a ray of light. Consumption: 100% of maximum spiritual energy value. Prerequisite: Sorcery C. Remark: a move that can be used by a great void or a void above it is usually red. However, when a high-level user uses it, The color varies from person to person. Name: Advent of the War Demon. The special ability type: active consumption. All survival, stamina, and spiritual energy points. Effect: demonize yourself and gain ghost-like combat abilities. Shape-shifting skill, lasts for 3 minutes. Can only be used once after entering the scenario. Remark: the moment the skill is activated, the life points will be increased to 300% of the player's original upper limit. Stamina and spiritual power will be considered unlimited. Name: Rankyaku skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Ranged / no cooldown. Consumption: 150 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting. See a remark. A vacuum / formed from the strong wind generated by a high-speed kick. Name: Rootless guest suffering from illness. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Investigation effect. Gains invisibility when in a crowd, no cooldown. Consumption: 3 stamina points per second. Prerequisite. Sleuthing. Dia remark: what if there is no crowd? Name: Feng Jichen's fragrant flowers are gone. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Leave behind an afterimage that lasts for 3 seconds. Cooldown: 1 second. Consumption: 50 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting D or level 27. Remark: things remain the same, but people have changed. Name: Reverse spinning / skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Perform a high-speed spinning / cooldown. 1 minute. Requires user to wield a sharp weapon and stand on a flat surface to cast. Consumption: 300 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting D. Remark: legend has it that this is a sword technique created by Guan Ping. Holding the blade in a backhand grip, the user spins on the ground, sweeping away all enemies within range with the momentum of 1,000 soldiers. Name: Traces of Flying Lizard. Special ability type. Passive effect. When the movement speed reaches more than 10 km per hour, the user can walk on the wall. The angle between the stepping surface and the ground is greater than or equal to 90 degrees, and leave a black fire footprint. Note: Illidan often told me that Maeve's Shadow Song was the best tracker he had ever seen. Honestly, does this blind man really not know what he is leaving behind? Name: Shadow Soul Chaser. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. A terrifying move that utilizes the power of dark velocity. Convert the power of dark velocity into energy and focus it on a single strike to destroy the enemy. Can only be activated when using a melee weapon and moving. Consumption: 50% of maximum stamina points. Prerequisite. Fighting C. Sleuthing C. A note: the killing move of the legendary demon assassin, Dark Flash. Its unique dark speed energy has ended the lives of countless heroes in an unimaginable way. When this skill is activated, the power of this skill will depend on the player's movement speed and the impact of the attack. The minimum damage dealt by this skill will not be lower than weapon damage. Name: Azure Dragon Claws. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Unleash a strike that can split metal and stone with both palms. Cooldown: 20 minutes. Consumption: 600 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting C. A remark: this move evolved from the first move of the martial Heaven Dipper Fist. The best way to launch this move is to place both palms in front of your chest, turn your palms down, straighten your legs, and strike with both palms. Name: Draw a cross to curse you. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Sorcery effect. Curse a target. The next attack from you will deal an additional 10% damage to the target. Can only be cast on non-friendly targets within 50 meters in your line of sight. The target can feel that they have been cursed. Can be used multiple times on the same target, but the effects will not stack. Consumption: 2 mana points. Cooldown: 5 minutes, unlimited duration until the skill is activated. Prerequisite. Sorcery F. Remark. The basic spell of the 7 chapters of Ghost Valley. This skill was created by the 250th direct descendant of the Ghost Valley. Whenever he meets someone he doesn't like, he will use this spell to exert psychological pressure on them, causing them to have the illusion that they are being haunted by ghosts. After that, he will lure them to his own paranormal detective agency for consultation. In the end, he will achieve the dual goal of punishment and blackmail. A name, Binding Teeth. The skill card attribute. Active, disappears after 2 uses. The skill type. Fighting. Effect. Use your palms to create a gigantic fang-like attack, binding the target to the nearest surface. Cooldown. 30 seconds. Target must have a physical body. Consumption. 300 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting Mastery C. Skill card cannot be traded after being picked up. Remark. This is a move derived from the ordinary beast spirit summoning spell. The inventor is the Bearlord Roy Secker. No matter how one looked at it, Seckle was a magical genius. Not only was he proficient in the druid magic of his clan, he was also quite accomplished in necromancy magic. He is the one and only person who has mastered the 2 energies of nature and death at the same time. A name. Fallen Flowers. Scattered Flower. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent. Skill type. Fighting. Effect. Attacks all targets within a 10-meter radius indiscriminately with the user as the center. Cooldown. 40 minutes. Can only be activated when using a bladed weapon. Consumption. 1000 stamina points. Learning requirement. Female player. Fighting Mastery B. Sorcery D. Remark. Excellent female swordsmen know how to use their actions to express "stay away from me." Chapter 4. Name. Northern Heaven Cross Sparrow. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent. Skill type. Fighting. Effect. Perform a cross-shaped ice element slash with the sharp blade. Cooldown. 12 minutes. Can only be used when using a blade-type weapon. Consumption. 400 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting C. A remark. A style created by a northern swordsman. Because this person's martial arts skill was too high, in his later years he became crazy about martial arts. He tried to write a book that would forever dominate the world, but every time he created a move, he would break a move. In the end, although he had created a large number of martial arts, they were all discarded as useless moves. Worrying about personal gains and losses, he died of depression. O name. Soul Advent. Skill card attribute. Special skill, disappears after 1 use. Skill type. Spiritual arts. Effect. Summon the power of the sword masters from another world, lasts for 5 minutes. Consumption. 8 Tranquil Clouds Pill. Sprinkle the 8 Tranquil Clouds Pill with the fresh blood of the moment of death to activate. Learning requirement. Level 40 and above. This skill card cannot be traded after being picked up. Note. In the state of Soul Advent, survivability, stamina, and magic points are all infinitely positive. The skill bar will break through the limit of the number. All of the Sword Master's moves can be used at will. After the skill ends, your survival, stamina, and spiritual energy value will become 1%, and you will not be affected by any buff items for 3 minutes. Hate Gatherer. Title ability. Name. Hatred Furnace. Special ability type. Passive effect. Each time you receive an attack, you will recover a certain amount of stamina points and reduce the cooldown of all your skills. The effect is proportional to the degree of damage received. The attacker must be hostile to you. Unable to trigger skill due to natural disasters, accidental damage, or self-harm. Remark. If you are targeted, it means that you are capable, or you are annoying. A name. Evil King Flame Kill Purgatory. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Spiritual arts. Effect. Unleash combo strike with Fiery Fist. Cooldown of 5 minutes. Consumption. 200 stamina points, 50 sorcery points. Learning requirement. Fighting C. Sorcery C. A remark. One of the ultimate skills of the Fiend King Flame Kill Fist. A name. Summoning, Ma Sun skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect. Summon Ma Sun's martial soul to fight for you, cooldown. 30 minutes, duration. 5 minutes, maximum of 1 Ma Sun at a time. Consumption. 15% of maximum spiritual energy, prerequisite. Summoning D. Remark. The soul of a general that spans over 1,000 years. More skills can be unlocked according to the user's spiritual power limit and the degree of tacit understanding between the user and the user. Currently unlocked skills. China/Dance, Horse Sun Golden Fist. Name. Summoning, Rashomon skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect. Summon Rashomon to block attacks. No cooldown, 20 seconds duration, multiple Rashomon can exist at the same time, no upper limit. Consumption. 30% of maximum spiritual energy prerequisite. Summoning A. Remarks. High-level defensive spell. Summons the Gate of Life and Death from the spirit realm to defend against the enemy. Name. Tribeam skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Spiritual arts, effect. Gather all the energy in your body and unleash a destructive Qigong attack on enemies within range, no cooldown time. Consumption. 2,000 stamina points, 80% of maximum spiritual energy. A learning requirement. Fighting Mastery B, Sorcery C. A remark. The strongest killing move of the Crane School. It consumes a lot of energy when it is used. If it is forcefully activated when one's physical strength is exhausted, there is a certain chance that it will lead to the death of the caster. A name. Booming Spirit skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Spiritual arts effect. Gather spiritual energy and unleash an extremely destructive attack, cooldown. 30 minutes, requires crossbow type weapon to activate. Consumption. Current spiritual energy value. This skill cannot be forcefully activated. Spiritual energy value must be greater than or equal to 1. Prerequisite. Sorcery Mastery D. A remark. The principle is very simple, but it is very practical. You can imbue your entire body's spiritual energy value into an arrow and use it to kill enemies. The higher the user's spiritual energy value, the more powerful it is. O name. Dragon Slave skill card attribute. Active skill, disappears after one use. Skill type. Spiritual arts, effect. Borrow the power of the Scarlet-Eyed Demon King to unleash an attack that can destroy a city. Consumption. 50% of maximum stamina points and all spiritual energy points. Chanting is required before use. Learning prerequisite. General talent A. Spiritual spell mastery unlocked. A remark. One of the highest level black magic, created by the ancient sage Lion Magnus. It got its name because he used this move to slay a dragon. O name. Demon Sealing Wave. A skill card attribute. Special skill, disappears when the second condition is fulfilled. Skill type. Spiritual arts, effect. Guide and seal the opponent into a small enclosed space. Please prepare your own sealing container and make sure the container can be closed quickly. Consumption. All sorcery points or all life points. The skill will activate successfully no matter what. Learning requirement. Level 35 and above, sorcery mastery activated. Note. This is a move created by the legendary martial artist, Master Mutato. It was invented in order to defeat King Piccolo. It can seal the invincible evil power. A name. 1,000 Layers of Surging Clouds, skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Unleash a wave-like multi-hit combo on the target in front of you, requires a polearm to activate. Cooldown time, 1 hour. Consumption. 20% of maximum stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting Mastery A. Remark. This move was created by the Flying Cloud Staff Monk, whose name shook the pugilistic world. Because of its great power, the Staff Monk did not pass it down to his descendants. After his death, this move disappeared from the pugilistic world. O name. Surging Clouds and Waves, skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Unleash a wave-like multi-hit combo on the target in front of you, requires a polearm to activate. Cooldown time, 1 hour. Consumption, 40% of maximum stamina points. Prerequisite, Fighting S. Remark, a powerful martial technique created by the Flying Cloud Staff Monk and modified by the Zombie Blade King. Its moves are like raging waves, overcoming flaws and stepping through gaps. It's a combination of violence, fierceness, speed, and strength. Its might is sufficient to split stone and split metal, and it can crush the enemy into pieces. A solitary blade. Title abilities. Name: Solitary 9 blades. Special ability type: Active. Consumption, 25% of maximum stamina points. Effect: Controlling the blade, destroying everything in the world. Cooldown time, 10 minutes. Must be used barehanded. A remark: According to the legends of the pugilistic world, there was once a peerless expert called Duguqiusheng. This person had great ambitions since he was young, and he swore to be famous throughout the world. However, his foundation was extremely poor, and he had no master. Only the 9th style fist master was willing to take him in as a disciple. At the age of 18, Duguqiusheng roamed the pugilistic world. He did not know how high the sky was, and with his crude fighting style and a single blade, he dared to challenge many famous pugilistic world figures. In the end, he lost all of his battles and never once tasted victory. As his opponents did not want to take his life, Duguqiusheng was never seriously injured. Just like that, 30 years passed, and Duguqiusheng finally fell ill and died. He had spent his entire life performing on the streets and teaching apprentices. He had wandered the martial arts world for many years, but he had never won a single victory. Moreover, he had never had any inner strength. However, he was proficient in all kinds of moves and was good at many different schools. He had even created a set of Dugu 9 sabers, which could break all kinds of unique skills and strange moves in the world. Many years later, Duguqiusheng's disciples ran amok in the world and produced many talent. He was also regarded as a martial arts legend and was known as the master of martial arts. Name: Heaven and Earth Brilliant Tyrannical Fist. Skill card attribute: Active skill disappears after one use. Skill type: Fighting. Effect: Hit the target in front with a straight punch. Consumes 80% of maximum stamina points 1 minute before activating the skill. Learning requirement: Fighting Mastery. A remark: The ultimate style of karate is the ultimate technique that combines the mind, technique, and body as one. His moves have already reached the realm of returning to one's original state, and he will kill his enemy with a single strike. Name: Sandstorm Transit. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent. Skill type: Fighting. Effect: Drag the target and perform a high-speed movement within 50 meters. Cooldown: 5 minutes. Movement trajectory required. Consumption: 300 stamina points. Learning requirement: Fighting Mastery. Be a note: when I was a bronze statue in the temple, I often used this move to deal with those fellows who tried to escape. But later on, Abbot Fengzhang bought a batch of folding stools, and my martial arts gradually fell into disuse. Name: Body Enhancement Technique. Modified. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent. Skill type: Spiritual Arts. Effect: After activation, the player's physical abilities will be greatly enhanced, strength and speed will be at least 3 times the original, and life points will continue to be lost. When the life points reached 1%, the skill would automatically stop. No cooldown. Cannot be activated when your survival value is less than or equal to 2%. Consumption: Decrease 1% life points per second. Prerequisite: Sorcery. See a remark: It was originally the basic Dao technique recorded in the Demon Subduing chapter of the 7 Ghost Valley chapters. It was later improved by the 250th generation of the Ghost Valley sect. Its power is better, but the burden on the user is also more severe. Name: Sentry. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent. Skill type: fighting, effect. Unleash a weak long-range / cooldown, 15 seconds. Consumption, 15 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting mastery F. Remark. The wind generated by a high-speed kick evolved into a vacuum / P.S. This skill has nothing to do with Rankyaku. Name. Brat's lower whip kick skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Ignore mastery level, 100% chance of tripping any monster that can be tripped and provoking them to attack you, no cooldown. Consumption, 500 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting mastery A. Remark. This is the mischievous blue cat 3000 kicks. Name. Baseball fist LV1 skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Punch out with both fists to launch a close combat attack at the enemy in front of you, can be used whenever there is no target. Cooldown, 1 hour. Limited to 10 uses per scenario. Unlimited uses in free exploration mode. Consumption, 3 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting mastery F. Remark. This skill will level up as the number of times it is used. Every 60 punches will increase by 1 level. A total of 10 levels. Name. Spirit Fixing Array skill card attribute. Active skill, permanent skill type. Spiritual arts, effect. Uses powerful psionic energy to suppress all living beings within a certain range. Consumption, 50% of spiritual energy value. A learning requirement. Sorcery C, level 35 and above. Remarks. Cooldown time, 20 minutes. Duration, 20 seconds. Ineffective against machine type or soulless creatures. Effects on boss level monsters will be weakened, based on the strength of the boss. Cannot be cancelled midway. Phase must be placed at each of the array cores in the diagram below. Phase can be non-physical objects of the same nature. Name. Heavenly Gate 4-step / skill card attribute. Active skill, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. Take 4 steps forward and release 4 intersecting sword auras. Consumption, 500 stamina points. Prerequisite. Fighting mastery A. Sorcery C. Remark. This skill is derived from the first of the 49 Taoist arrays, Heavenly Gate Array. There are a total of 12 styles. If combined with the Heavenly Gate Array, you will be able to kill your way into the array. Name. Magic Beam Cannon skill card attribute. Active, disappears after 1 use. Skill type. Fighting, effect. Condense all the chi in your body at your fingertip. Put your 2 fingers together and shoot out a powerful energy beam with spiraling energy. Consumption, 2,200 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting mastery A. Remarks. One of the strongest fighting skills. Created by a genius warrior from planet Namek. It is so powerful that it can pierce through everything. Name. Phantom 7 feet skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Investigation effect. Create a duplicate of yourself in the eyes of all targets within a 23-meter radius. The duplicate cannot attack or move, but it can withstand 30% of the original's HP damage. Cooldown, 30 minutes. Consumption, 100 stamina points per second. Prerequisite. Sleuthing B. Remarks. The multi-eyed race's special skill can be used by anyone with an intermediate illusion ability. Name. Linksy Finger skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting, effect. You can penetrate an iron wall with a single strike and retreat it with a 2-fingered pincer, no cooldown. Consumption, 100 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting mastery A. Remark. Last night's stars and last night's wind, west of the Painted Tower, east of the Gui Tang. The body does not have the wings of the colorful phoenix, but our hearts are connected. A Wild Schemes, a title ability. Frowny Face name. Divine Foresight is special ability type. Active consumption. Complete 1 divination, no restrictions on the form or tool. Effect. Perform a 99% accurate divination on any objective event that has happened, is happening, or is bound to happen. Cooldown, 90 minutes. Events that have yet to happen may be changed due to interference after the divination, resulting in a decrease in accuracy. Remark: a toss of a godly cup to determine good or bad luck, and a repeat divination will turn the situation around. It's clear that this year's event is different. Name: self-strengthening surgery. The skill card attribute: active, permanent. A skill type: medical or effect. Increases a teammate's physical skills, excluding the user, by 2 times. Cooldown: 3 hours. Duration: 5 minutes. Consumption: 20% of the maximum stamina points. 10 milliliters of normal saline injected with a needle. Prerequisite: medical mastery. A remark: don't worry, we don't need you to cut your teammate open, nor do we need you to do it in a place that has been strictly disinfected. The person who designed this skill is only a programmer, not a doctor, so you just need to take a needle and symbolically inject your teammate's arm. This is the benefit of the game, isn't it? Name: Bright Jade Skill, Level 1. Skill card attribute: special skill, permanent. Ability increases with cultivation. Skill type: Effect 1. Initial awakening of divine power, inner breath condensed. Learning requirement: female player, level 35 or above. Fighting mastery. A sorcery mastery unlocked. Note: Shifting Flower Palace's Peerless Martial Arts, an authentic peerless mental cultivation method of the inner sect. Those who have mastered the divine art will have endless power. Their Xian force will be like ice, and they will remain young forever. They will be invincible. Name: Preemptive Perception. Special ability type: passive effect. Sense the enemy's energy, presence, and the flow of air around the enemy to determine their next move. Remark: only an unparalleled sword hero who has gone through hundreds of battles can comprehend this realm. Name: Spirit Butterfly Shadow. Skill card attribute: active, permanent. Skill type: fighting, sorcery. Effect: with an extremely high movement speed and rush style, the target will receive multiple attacks in an instant. 10 minutes cooldown. Consumption: 800 stamina points, 80 sorcery points. Learning requirement: fighting mastery. A sorcery. C remark: a high-level fighting skill from the Dragon Slayer chapter of the Ghost Valleys, 7 chapters. It requires a person who has speed, sorcery, and strength to learn it. A swordsman can use it to its maximum potential. Name: Mechatox Power. A skill card attribute: active, permanent. A skill type: workmanship, summoning. Effect: perform a shocking invention, 1 hour cooldown. Consumption: 13 stamina points, a pile of metal objects larger than 1 cubic meter. Learning requirement: workmanship mastery. B summoning. C remark: this skill can randomly create 4 items. They are: 1. Repair robot, 15 minutes duration. Multiple repair robots can exist at the same time. It can repair broken or trashy mechanical objects, permanently restoring them to normal quality. 2. Pygmy Poultryizer, 15 seconds duration. Multiple pygmy poultryizers can exist at the same time. It can temporarily turn a creature, ineffective against creatures or players that are too strong, into a chicken. It will return to normal after 3 seconds. 3. Navigation Chicken, 2 seconds duration. Multiple navigation chicken can exist at the same time. After it is formed, it will immediately rush to the nearest enemy unit. 4. Bravery Robot 3000, 3 minutes duration. Multiple bravery robots can exist at the same time. It is a mechanical creature with extremely high defense and a mighty appearance. However, it has 0 attack power. It can only block attacks for its owner or carry heavy object. The above 4 creatures, other than the navigation chicken, can be controlled by spirit or through voice commands. Name: Dissipation, Wind Moon / skill card attribute, active, permanent. A skill type: fighting. Effect: air burst, rush, whirling / can be activated with a blade type weapon. 12 minutes cooldown. Anger can increase the power of the skill by 1 to 20%. Consumption: 700 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting Mastery A remark. An extremely fast combo that can deliver a fatal blow to the opponent before they can defend themselves. A name. Bright Jade Skill, Level 4. Skill Card Attribute. Special Skill, Permanent Ability increases with cultivation. Skill Type. Effect 1. Initial Awakening of the Divine Power, Inner Breath Condensed. Effect 2. Drive away Rindu and Rindu be reborn. Effect 3. Your heart is as clear as ice. Even if the sky collapses, you won't be shocked. Effect 4. Riding the wind and waves, moving into the shadow. Learning requirement. Female player, level 35 or above, Fighting Mastery A, Sorcery Mastery unlocked. Note: Shifting Flower Palace's Peerless Martial Arts, an authentic peerless mental cultivation method of the inner sect. Those who have mastered the divine art will have endless power. Their Xian force will be like ice, and they will remain young forever. They will be invincible. A name. Fei Dao Sect True Torrential Rain Strike Skill Card Attribute. Active, Permanent Skill Type. Fighting Effect. Perform a charged second slash on a single target, 1 hour cooldown. Consumption. 2000 stamina points, 100 sorcery points. Learning requirement. Fighting S, Sorcery D. A remark. An ultimate killing move that hides a certain secret usage method. A name. Unemployment and Bankruptcy Palm. The Skill Card Attribute. Active, Permanent Skill Type. Fighting Effect. Attack with both palms and unleash a devastating Yoi attack. Cooldown. 250 minutes. Consumption. 1000 stamina points, a little motivation to find another job, and a little determination to repay the debt. Prerequisite. Fighting S remark. A palm technique filled with resentment. The palm force contains anger and accusation towards the real world. It's an ultimate martial art that transforms the terrifying state of unemployment and bankruptcy, which are related to each other, into a super physical attack. A name. Loser's Kick Skill Card Attribute. Active, Permanent Skill Type. Fighting Effect. Perform Lingering Kick on a single target, cooldown 250 minutes, 200% damage to life. Winner. Consumption. 1 stamina points, 15% of the maximum life points, and a little bit of courage to face life. Prerequisite. Fighting S remark. If life falls to the bottom, all that's left is to climb back up. Even though that's what I said. I've been stuck in the same spot, not knowing where to go. That's strange. My vision is blurry, and I can't see anything. Name. Wild Ball Fist LV10 Skill Card Attribute. Active, Permanent Skill Type. Fighting Effect. Attack with both fists and perform a melee attack on the enemy in front of you. Cooldown. 1 hour. Consumption. 3 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting Mastery F remark. After going through LV1-9 training, this unimpressive and useless martial art has finally shown its brilliance. When it reaches LV10, it's a one-hit kill. There's a saying, nothing in the world is impossible except for Wild Ball Fist. Chapter 33. The Detective's Forced Return. Name. 9 Days of Snow. Special Ability Type. Active Effect. When the skill is activated, rub your hair, and dandruff will continuously fall down. Remark. The god of haiku taught Matsuo Baseo a unique skill. A name. Divine Adjudicator. Skill Card Attribute. Active, Permanent Skill Type. Shooting Effect. Shoots an attack imbued with the power of the divine, inflicting great damage to the target upon contact. Must be activated by a rifle-type weapon, and must have at least 1 bullet in the gun. Consumption. 800 stamina points. Learning requirement. Marksmanship A remarks. Can be used on spirits, dealing 200% damage to evil spirit-type creatures. Holy spirits will recover their HP when hit. O name. 104 styles. Wild Bite. Skill Card Attribute. Active, Permanent Skill Type. Fighting Effect. Bend the left knee and rotate the upper body. Perform a side hook forward. Cooldown. 30 seconds. Consumption. 100 stamina points learning requirement. Fighting mastery B. A remark. This is one of the basic moves of the Kusanagi ancient dance. Can be combined with the 125th move, the 27th move, the 28th move, the 9th move, and the outer move, brick piercing. Freedom Blade, frowny face name, Death Dance, special ability type, active consumption, all life points, effect, at the cost of life points, temporarily obtain a portion of the power of the Black Lightning and harvest your enemies. Remarks. Burning the will for freedom, blooming at the last moment, like a beautiful dance, leading the arrival of death. A name. Eagle Vision. The skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Scouting effect. Once activated, enhance all the senses of the user, allowing them to sense the connection between themselves and everything around them through the eagle's senses. Continuous skill, cooldown, 5 seconds. Consumption, 12 stamina points per second. Learning requirement. Scouting A. Remarks. This mysterious power is the sixth sense of humans with a certain bloodline. It is also the proof that humans were created by the first civilization. Even though everyone has this potential, the descendants of humans who have come into contact with their creators have more of the necessary genes to activate this sense. O name. Deadening Swordsmanship. Skill card attribute. Active, limited time, remaining time, 2,532 minutes. The skill type. Fighting effect. Deb 1 flesh and skin, leaving only the bones. Cooldown, 80 minutes. Can only be activated when using a bladed weapon. Ineffective against targets that are too large. Consumption, 1,000 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting A. Remarks. Legend has it that it was created by a chef from the Dragon Inn. It is as fast as the wind and powerful. No matter if it is a human or a beast, it can be chopped up like hemp. O name. Summoning. Puppy is skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect. Randomly summon a normal puppy to fight for you. Cooldown, 40 minutes. Lasts for 8 minutes. Maximum of 1 puppy can exist at any one time. Consumption, 15 sorcery points. 1 dog whistle. Learning requirement. Level 15. Summoning mastery will be unlocked after learning. Remarks. Dogs are man's best friend. O name. Traceless Shadow. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting effect. At the moment of being attacked, perform a high-speed movement. Cooldown, 3 minutes. Can only be activated when being attacked from a distance. There must be a trajectory between the target and the location. Consumption, 300 stamina points. Learning requirement. Fighting mastery A. Note. It was created by Hero Shi, known as the Shadow Reaper. Shi Daxia's Qin Gong was outstanding, and he was an upright person. He had been a chivalrous and righteous man all his life. Helplessly, he was born with an extremely common face, and his presence was extremely weak. Other than his wife and children, no one could remember what he looked like, and no one could even remember his name. So people have always called him Hero Shi. The name. Summon. Rock Elf. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect. Summon a rock spirit to fight for you. 80-minute cooldown, 18-minute duration, maximum of 1 rock spirit at a time. Consumption, 30% of spiritual energy value, a handful of lime powder. Prerequisite. Summoning C. Remark. Elves born from rock. They have a tough body and strong mental resistance. They are also very strong. O name. Sea King's Spear. Penetration. Skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Sorcery effect. Create a shockwave like a spear and shatter the opponent. Consumption, 50 sorcery points. Prerequisite. Sorcery mastery B. A remark. An offensive magic that borrows the power of the Sea King Darfi. It can be used without water. Chapter 5. Name. Blood Corpse Gods. Magatama type. Other rarity. Legendary special effect. Summon Blood Corpse God. Duration, 15 minutes. A remark. A magatama that was born after the blood corpse god signed a contract with someone. There were a total of 5 jade hooks, and any one of them could summon the blood corpse god. Within the same scenario, the blood zombie god can only appear once. Entering the same scenario again will grant you the right to summon him again. A name: fried shrimp wrist guard. A type: armor. Quality: excellent defense. Medium attribute: isolation. A special effect: reduces 90% damage from fire element attacks on the wrist. Equipment requirement: level 25, bound after equipping, can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Remark: a wrist guard made from the shell of the Lobster King. The exterior is also wrapped in a golden, glossy, crispy and delicious stone fruit as decoration. Name: toilet bowl brush. Type: weapon. Quality: excellent attack, weak attribute. None is special effect. Comes with the skill Vortex Fatal Spin, 10 seconds cooldown. Equip requirement: Fighting Mastery A, bound after equip, can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Remark: when your weapon skills reach a certain level, you'll be able to clean up your opponent like a freshly washed toilet. A name: textbook. Type: other. Quality: excellent. A special effect: causes the target to be depressed and unhappy for 45 minutes, cooldown 10 minutes, only effective against players. Equip requirement: none, bound after one use, can be taken out of the scenario. Yes. Note: every year we will overturn the content from last year and make some changes to the details. Then we will tell you that these changes are likely to appear in the exam-oriented education system you are in and affect your evaluation in this system. Then you'll have to buy this year's new set, and we, who make those books, will live for another year. Perhaps 100 years later, those literary works that touched people's hearts would still be remembered, and the teaching materials of the past 100 years would be used to wipe one's ass after another. But no matter what, we would continue to survive. As long as your way of acquiring knowledge is still tied to this disgusting test system, you will eventually be our little bitches. Name: Rotten Mist. Type: weapon. Rarity: legendary. Attack: unknown. Attribute: poison. Special effect: Rotten Mist will deal fixed poison damage to the user every second. The damage is equal to 0.15% of the user's maximum life point. Rotten Mist's attack power is dependent on the user's current life points. The lower the life points, the higher the attack power. Every slash from Rotten Mist can create an invisible poison slash. The range of the invisible poison slash depends on how long the user is poisoned. The longer the poison lasts, the larger the range. Enemies who are directly hit by Rotten Mist or are hit by the invisible poison slash will be instantly poisoned. The degree of toxicity depends on how many times the target is hit by Rotten Mist. After the first hit, the basic toxicity will cause the user to lose 0.2% of their maximum life points per second. Equip requirement: Fighting S, unlocked sorcery mastery, cleared nightmare mode scenario at least 3 times. Bound after pickup. Remark: no item or skill can remove or reduce the poison damage caused by Rotten Mist cleansing heaven. However, as long as the user dies or stops touching the item, all the reaction values of the special effects will be reset. If you keep a distance of more than 1 kilometer away from the item for 12 minutes, you can also avoid the effects of the poison. Name: 1320. Harsh armor. Type: armor. Rarity: perfect defense, extreme. Attribute: isolation. Buffer. A special effect: when equipped, all damage received by the player will be reduced by 15%. Ranged attacks below strong will be nullified. This equipment can be upgraded through mean shards. Equip requirement: male player, Fighting Mastery A, Sorcery Mastery B, bound upon pickup. Remark: a long time ago, the legendary dwarven craftsman or Quanderdai used the wood of the tree of ridicule as raw materials, dragon blood, demon bones, and many gems to create a notorious divine weapon, the mean armor. After the creation of this product, It immediately displayed an unparalleled divine power and a crazy characteristic that was difficult to control. Even Quan De Dai himself could not fully control the power of the armor, nor could he destroy it. Thus, Quan Dai used a special method to divide the power of the armor into 20 parts. He gave 3 parts to the elves, 7 to the dwarves, and 9 to the humans. As for himself, he left behind the main body of the armor and hid it away. Name: Psi-type, psionic weapon quality, excellent attack. Attributes: unknown as special effect 1, Flame Devour. The black flame can devour physical and non-physical substances according to the user's will. The special effect 2, no music, causes a 2-meter radius area to enter silent field, continuous skill, no cooldown, no cost. Prerequisites: Wang Tongji remarks, firstly, life is unpredictable. Secondly, it's hard to find a confidant. Name: Deathstroke's Shadow type, armor rarity, legendary defense, none element, none special effect. When equipped, all close combat and detection skills below a rank will be treated as a rank. Close combat and detection skills that are originally a rank will be treated as S rank. Skill cost remains unchanged, power effect increased. Prerequisite: Sleuthing A, Fighting A. Remark: this mask has accompanied a master tactician who was proficient in various combat and assassination techniques for many years. It has almost become a symbol of death and victory. Until one day, its owner finally fell in front of the enemy's weapon, causing it to be tainted with the blood, spirit, and soul of that cold-blooded war spirit. From then on, the legend of the Shadow of the Nell began. Name: F***CK, I Can Stay Still Mushroom, type, consumable grade? Special effect 1. The god of haiku is protecting me. When the player swallows this mushroom, all negative mental states will be removed. Special effect 2. Add mushroom for you, permanently change the style of an NPC. A remark: a mysterious mushroom that grows in the northeast of a certain country. Name: The Autobiography of Chuck Norris type, other rarity, legendary special effect. Everything you want to know is here. Can be taken out of the scenario. Yes, note, one of the CN series items. It records one of the 100 well-known facts about Chuck Norris. It will be bound after picking up. Chuck Norris wasn't really writing a book. It was just that those words had organized themselves into a full text out of fear. Name: Stolen Critical Shot Shotgun type, weapon rarity, legendary attack. Attribute: none special effect. This weapon's attack will increase according to the player's level. Increases maximum life points by 14% and critical rate of long-range attacks by 32%. The gun will automatically generate lead bullet. There is no need to manually reload. The highest firing rate of this gun is 1 shot every 2.6 seconds. Equip requirement: must have a backpack bound after picking up. A note: in the world of Azeroth, there is a place called the Molten Core. One day, a group of greedy adventurers entered that place. As usual, they went to plunder the wealth and equipment of the monsters. It was on that day that a paladin stole a critical shot shotgun that was supposed to be given to a hunter. From then on, a legend began. Name: Stellar Cooling Gun, not true, a type, weapon grade, excellent attack, none attribute, none special effect. Make your target calm down a little, contains 1 gallon of ammo. After it is used, it will automatically recharge at a slow speed. It takes about 2 hours to fully recharge from empty to full. Equip requirement: Marksmanship D, Workmanship D. A note: regardless of appearance or function, this looks like a cheap toy water gun. Even though its water inlet is sealed, considering its self-recharging property, that doesn't seem to be a big problem. After a chemical test, the ammo that is shot out from this gun is just normal water. However, for some reason, creatures that are hit by it will slow down for a certain period of time. The specific duration and effect of the slowdown is determined by the size of the target. P.S. We have already fired the programmer who designed this item because he always gave exaggerated names to the items he designed. Name: Soul of the Wolf, Speed, Type, Other, Grade, Perfect, Special Effect. When this magic device is in your backpack, you will receive a special ability of the Soul of the Wolf. Note: this item can be activated once every 10 minutes. Each activation consumes 300 stamina points. Within 3 seconds after activation, the user's speed will increase by 3 times. Name: Magic Broom, Type, Other, Grade, Excellent, Special Effect, cleans up dust or acts as a carrier, can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. Generally speaking, regardless of wearing a skirt or pants, we don't recommend ladies to straddle the vehicle. That's not ladylike behavior. Name: Orichalcos_Shield, Type, Psionic Weapon Rarity, Legendary Defense, Extreme Attribute, Absorb, Isolate, Buffer. A Special Effect 1, Orichalcum's Barrier. When the Orichalcum shield is under attack, the user can freely switch between the thrust, penetrating, and vibrating forces of the attack according to the user's will. Special Effect 2, Aura of Orichalcum. User can pay 15% of life points to nullify the next attack on the shield. Special Effect 3, Orichalcum Toridos. Orichalcum's shield provides 300% defense against magic and flying items. Remark: a dream shield forged from Orichalcum crystal. Imbued with the divine power of the god of Orichalcum, it is like an impenetrable moving barrier. Name: Demented Poker, Item Type, Psionic Weapon Rarity, Legendary Offense Points. Attribute: I think I'm a sadist. Special Effect 1, Seamless. The number of demented poker cards is always 54. Special Effect 2, Twist. Demented poker does not accept cheating, so every card in the deck is treated as an ace of spades, and any combination of more than 5 cards is treated as a straight flush. Special Effect 3, Demonic Movement. Demented poker's attack speed and hit rate are extremely high, and because of that, its license has been revoked. Special Effect 4, Frenzy. Demented poker values fairness, so when it is fighting against many, it will direct the power of its enemies to clash with each other. Of course, it will only allow this to happen once a day because it believes fairness is a dangerous friend. Special Effect 5, Frenzy. Demented poker is filled with curiosity toward death, but it is still passionate about killing to ensure its own safety. When it is asked why it does that, its answer is, I don't like to get to the bottom of things. Equip requirement: you think you are my master? Only a madman would think that. Ha 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 ha. Remark: a powerful soul has completely grasped Gambit's ability fragment and turned it into a terrifying weapon. This deck of cards carries the consciousness energy that surpasses death and fear, and it— Hey! Who is spouting nonsense in my remarks? Where are you from? And you? What did this guy tell you? Forget it. That's not important. No matter what he said, you don't know anything. Do you understand? Left blade frowny-face. Name: Falling Flowers. Type: Psionic Weapon Rarity, Legendary Offense Points, Extreme Attribute, None. Special Effect 1, Blooming Flowers. 300% damage when hit. Special Effect 2, Withering Flowers. 60% damage reduction when blocked successfully. Special Effect 3, Falling Flowers and Flying Catkins. Ultimate move, can only be used with dual blades. Cooldown time, 4 hours. A remark: far away from the world, people are everywhere. Right blade frowny-face. Name: Flying Catkins. Type: Psionic Weapon Rarity, Legendary Offense Points, Extreme Attribute, None. Special Effect 1, Flying Wind. Increase attack speed by 100% after every hit. This effect lasts for 10 seconds and can be stacked up to 3 times. Special Effect 2, Falling Catkins. Increase movement speed by 50% after every successful block. This effect lasts for 6 seconds and can be stacked up to 4 times. Special Effect 3. Falling Flowers and Flying Catkins. Ultimate move, can only be used with dual blades, cooldown time, 4 hours. Remark, a laugh at the worries of the world. A name, Broken Face Cheeks, type, armor rarity, perfect defense points, medium, attribute. None special effect. Decrease the duration of negative control effects by 70%. Equip requirement, Fighting Mastery A bound. Remark, this mask contains part of the power of Hogyoku. After releasing it, the wearer can temporarily enter a virtual state. However, this power can only be released once. After it is exhausted, the quality and special effect of the mask will be permanently lowered. A name, Captain's Call, type, weapon rarity, perfect offense points, medium, attribute, fire. Special effect 1. Every 10 minutes, a black iron pellet will be automatically generated in the barrel of the gun. This effect will take effect when the user enters the scenario. When the number of pellets in the scenario reaches 3, the effect will stop. When the number of pellets is less than 3, the effect will resume. Special Effect 2. Shoot into the sky and summon all characters who have the black iron pellet. Cooldown time, 10 hours. Every activation will consume 1 black iron pellet. When this effect is activated, there must be a reasonable and safe foothold beside the player for the summoned to stand. The summoned can reject the summoning request. Equip requirement, General Ability A or Marksmanship B. A remark, this gun has helped the captain many times to turn the situation around during negotiations. Sometimes, it was also used by him to test the loyalty of the crew. One day, when he was drunk, he engraved a line of words on the body of the gun on a whim, "Everyone, come here." A name, Black Iron Pellet. A type, consumable, rarity, excellent function, can be used as ammunition or a special beacon. Remark, black iron pellets that are used as ammunition can no longer be used as beacons. Pellets that have been used as beacons will disappear. A name, Mad Dragon's Throat. Type, other rarity, legendary. Special effect, when equipped, you can release a dragon roar from your mouth. Cooldown time, 24 hours. Consumes 50% of your maximum spiritual energy. The power of the dragon roar depends on your maximum spiritual energy. A remark, the legendary doctor, Mad Dr. Baikaga, once performed a risky surgery because of a bet with someone when he was young. That day, he successfully removed the organ from a living, berserk dragon in one piece. Even though the surgery this time could be said to be miraculous, in order to show off his skills, Baikaga made another bet with the other party. He claimed that he could use his own magical surgery to transplant the dragon's throat into the body of a humanoid creature while retaining some of its original functions. We know what happened after that. Scarface, who made a bet with him, didn't accept his loss, so he transmigrated to another plane and became an unlicensed doctor. A name, Hiroyuki Sadanaga. Type, weapon rarity, legendary attack, extreme, attribute, fire. A special effect, space-splitting fierce slash. After accumulating power for 24 seconds, the user will exhaust all of their stamina and spiritual energy to launch a slash. The power of the attack will be proportional to the consumed stamina and spiritual energy. Note, after the accumulation of power begins, even if it is interrupted, the corresponding consumption will still be deducted. Equip requirement, Fighting Mastery A, height greater than sword length, level 40 and above. A remark, this is the unique weapon passed down from generation to generation in the Sei family, one of the most famous martial arts clans. When used to the highest level, one can sweep away thousands of soldiers and look down on everyone with disdain. Name, Scalpel. Type, weapon quality, normal attack, medium, attribute, none effect, none. Equip requirement, General Ability E, Healing Ability F can be taken out of the scenario, yes. Remark, long handle. Number 3, number 22 blade. O name, Rat Hammer. Type, weapon rarity, perfect attack, 1 attribute, none special effect. Each attack deals 1 damage, equip requirement. General ability D, binds after pickup, a remark, a strange weapon made with a mallet. Its attack power is very low, but no matter how strong the enemy is, it can injure them. Name, just _ we type, compound weapon rarity, legendary attack, defense, attribute, fire a special effect, presence is stronger than expected, actual use is also greater than it looks. Prerequisites, since it's bound to you, use it, bound upon pickup, a remark, just _ we is just _ we, neither great nor humble. A name, strange long hair, a type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes, remark, human hair. No one knows why it was placed here. O name, Suzuki's flute, a type, plot item, rarity, broken, function, activating the mechanism in the music room, can be taken out of the scenario, no, remark, only male players can play the instrument. A name, pentagram sunglasses, type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes, remark, very coquettish vintage sunglasses. A name, its lungs, type, plot item, quality, normal, function, it can be embedded in its body, can be taken out of the scenario, no, remark, a pocket-sized organ made of green jade that faintly exudes spiritual energy. Name, cowboy boots, type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes, remarks, Western-style cowboy boots with high heels, authentic calfskin and hand-sewn. A name, its liver, a type, plot item, quality, normal, function, it can be embedded in its body, can be taken out of the scenario, no, remark, a pocket-sized organ made of green jade that faintly exudes spiritual energy. O name, sly ghost boots, a type, armor or quality, excellent defense, medium, element, none special effect, black mist will be released when approaching a fixed trap. Equipment requirement, male, level 8 or above, size 39 or less, bound after equipping, can be taken out of the scenario, yes, remark, a pair of boots left behind by a cunning ghost. A name, tassel belt, type, plot item, quality, normal, function, unknown, can be taken out of the scenario, yes, remarks, linen. The buckle is made of pure silver. The purple coloring and the length of the tassels are the highlights of the design. A name, its spleen, type, plot item, quality, normal, function, it can be embedded in its body, can be taken out of the scenario, no, remark, a pocket-sized organ made of green jade that faintly exudes spiritual energy. A name, its kidney, a type, plot item, quality, normal, function, it can be embedded in its body, can be taken out of the scenario, no, remark, a pocket-sized organ made of green jade that faintly exudes spiritual energy. Name, power gloves, type, armor rarity, broken defense, weak attribute, none special effect, can be taken out of the scenario, no, remark, I heard that there's an otaku wearing this NES peripheral as a piece of equipment. I think that person must be crazy. Chapter 6. Name, Spirit Spear Vulture, Skill Card Attribute, Active, Permanent Skill Type, Spiritual Arts, Effect. Use your finger to launch a spear-shaped mid-range psionic blast, causing piercing damage. Cooldown, 1 minute. Consumption, 200 stamina points, 2 sorcery points. Learning requirement, Fighting Mastery B, Sorcery B. A remark, can deal the same amount of damage to all spiritual and non-spiritual units, excluding boss. A name, Narcissism. Skill Card Attribute, Active Skill, disappears after 2 uses. Skill Type, Investigation. Effect. The moment the skill is activated, the player's body will immediately enter the phase space, leaving behind an invincible afterimage that can withstand damage. After entering the phase space, the body could ignore gravity and move in a straight line in any direction, but it couldn't use any skills, and it couldn't come into contact with matter in the original space. 5 seconds later, the main body would appear in a reasonable form, to avoid being embedded into walls and other objects. At the same time, the afterimage would disappear, and the damage that the afterimage received during this period would be converted into stamina points to replenish the main body. Cooldown: 30 seconds. Consumption: 70% of your current stamina points. Learning requirement: Sleuthing A, level 43. A remark: her beauty is unparalleled in the world, and her fragrance is for whom. A name: Card Assassination. Skill card attribute: Passive skill, permanent skill type. Fighting effect: when using card-type weapons to engage in close-range combat, speed, strength, and accuracy increase by 300%. Prerequisite: Fighting S. A remark: former Carnifel member Oswald is proficient in a unique martial art. Once you reach a certain level, you can use ordinary poker cards to cut through the human body and end your opponent's life with a series of gorgeous and bloody attacks. Name: Flickering Charge. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent skill type. Spiritual Arts effect: causes the target's nervous system to go into a random state of confusion, effective only on living creatures with a nervous system. Lasts for 10 minutes. Limited to 1 use per scenario. Cooldown in free exploration mode is 18 hours. Consumption: none. Survival points below 30% can be used. Prerequisite: Sorcery Mastery. A note: an extremely high-level and complex ninjutsu. The caster can convert the chakra in the body into electrons and create an electric field, releasing electrons to the nervous system in the enemy's body, thereby disrupting the enemy's control of the body. A name: Summon, Explosive Armor Beast. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect: summon a parasitic exploding armor beast that can live on the user's armor. No time limit, 24 hours. Cooldown after death. Only one exploding armor beast can exist at a time. Consumption: 50% of maximum spiritual energy. A prerequisite: Summoning S. Remark: this is an invisible summoned creature. It doesn't have a physical body. After being summoned, they would immediately parasitize the armor worn by the master, usually the body armor, increasing the defense of the armor by 30%. After parasitizing, the explosive armor beast will enter a standby state until the owner activates its ability, Explosive Return. Hyperlink: O name: Explosive Return effect. For 10 seconds, the parasitized armor's defense will be greatly increased. All melee damage received will be reflected back at a random ratio of 80% to 100%, and it will be accompanied by explosive power. Remark: after Explosive Return is used, the explosive armor beast will die immediately and enter a cooldown period for summoning. A name: My Skate Shoes. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent skill type. Investigation effect: after activation, the next melee damage you receive will be reduced by 90% and all effects of the next attack will not be triggered. The moment the attack ends, you will automatically move to the attacker's back and receive double attack speed buff for 4 seconds. Cooldown: 30 minutes, 5 seconds after activation. If you do not receive damage within 5 seconds, the skill will enter cooldown and consume energy. Consumption: 1,200 stamina points. Prerequisite: Sleuthing S. Fighting D. A note: under the moonlight, I see my own shadow. Sometimes it's far, sometimes it's close. I feel a force driving my footsteps. With the skateboard shoes, you won't be afraid even if it's dark. 1 step, 2 steps, 2 step. Every step is like the claws of a devil. Rub, 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 rub. A name: Summon, Vampire Bats. Skill card attribute: Active, permanent skill type. Summoning effect: Summon a vampire bat to fight for you, 20-minute cooldown, 5-minute duration, maximum of 1 vampire bat at a time. Consumption: 2 spiritual energy value, at least 50 milliliters of red wine. Learning requirement: Level 10, summoning mastery will be unlocked after learning. Remark: its attack may not cause too much damage, but it's enough to leave a wound on the target. Its natural ultrasonic ability gives it excellent dodging ability. Be it flying objects or direct attacks, it's hard to hit it. One thing to note is that if it leaves your field of vision and doesn't receive a clear command, it will actively attack the nearest warm-blooded animal. Name: Base Zone Skill Card Attribute. Passive, permanent skill type. Sorcery effect. When this skill is equipped, with the player as the center, a sphere with a radius of 4 meters will be considered the base zone. The area of effect of the base zone can be limited by solid walls, such as walls, floors, ceilings, etc. Non-solid attacks and negative effects, such as fire, cold, light, poisonous gas, etc., that enter the base zone will be buffered and eliminated, unless the power exceeds the limits of the base zone. Learning requirement: Sorcery Mastery. A remark: about a few years ago, on a certain weekend night, I went to the superhero bar for a drink. I accidentally heard the bartender say that there was a guy on Earth called the Flash who could shake his body at a high frequency to escape from being sealed in ice. At that time, I made a bet with him that if it were me, I could even shatter cement. You all know what happened after that. That's right, I was the shaker who was poisoned by cement. My ultimate skill, base zone, could even shatter cement. Name: Icicle Mirror Wall. A skill card attribute. Active, disappears after 1 use. Skill type: Spiritual Arts effect. Creates an icicle wall that can last for 5 seconds. All the attacks that the mirror wall received would be absorbed and converted into pure energy. This energy could be blasted at any target within 30 meters according to the user's will. After 5 seconds, the unreleased energy will explode on the spot along with the disappearance of the mirror wall. Consumption: 50% of maximum stamina points and spiritual energy points. Learning requirement: Level 50, Sorcery Mastery. B. Fighting. B. A remark: an ice spirit created by an unknown master. It has absolute defense against all skills below S rank. When attacked by an S rank skill, it can absorb 70% of its power. Name: One Blade Flow. Iaido. A Lion Song. Skill card attribute. Active skill, disappears after 1 use. Skill type: Fighting effect. Draw the sword and slash the enemy, can only be activated with a sheathed sword or saber. Consumption: 40% of maximum stamina points. Prerequisites: Level 45, Fighting. A remark: only swordsmen with extremely high comprehension can comprehend this ionic divine skill. It is as fast as lightning, hard to see, and can cut iron like mud. It is a one-hit kill. Name: Cooked Wheaten Food Master. Tornado. Special ability type: Active. Consumption: consumes 1,000 stamina points upon activation and 300 stamina points per second thereafter. Once the skill is activated, it cannot be stopped until the player's stamina points reach 0. Effect: raise the weapon above your head and spin it around with the strength of your arms, creating an AoE continuous damage like a tornado. Cooldown: 80 minutes. Effect radius depends on the environment, requires a long weapon to activate. Note: this move was created by a master of cooked wheaten food known as the strongest man in the continent. He came from Shaanxi and was adept at using a large steel rod. Not only was he a good cook, but he was also highly skilled in martial arts. In addition to creating many chunibu dishes, he also created the famous 49 ways to break the family staff technique. Together with the 7-star knife Ryan, he was known as the dual master of knives and staff. Name: Healing Surge. The skill card type: Active, permanent. Skill type: Medic effect. Recover 40% of any character's HP. Effective range: 0 to 40 meters. Cast time: 2 seconds cooldown, 5 minutes cannot be used on oneself, consumption, 120 mana points. Learning requirement. Medic A note, when the shamans use their healing abilities to save others, who will save the shamans? Name, Shield Bash skill card type, active, permanent skill type, grappling effect. Swing the shield and bash your enemy, can only be activated with a shield-type weapon, cooldown, 20 minutes. All defense provided by equipment will increase the power of the shield bash. Consumption, 600 stamina points. Learning requirement, grappling A note. This is the most commonly used core damage skill of Azeroth's defenders. It combines both attack and defense, and is reliable. After attacking, it will also attract a lot of aggro. Name, Struggle at Death's Door skill card type, passive, permanent skill type, medic effect. When you receive fatal damage, the damage will be nullified. Consumption, all current survival points prerequisite. Medic A remark. It will only be triggered when your life points are less than or equal to 20%. It can only be triggered once every 10 hours. The moment the effect takes effect, the loss of your life points will be calculated as usual. The overflow damage will be converted into the corresponding mental and physical damage. After the calculation is over, your life points will return to 21%. Name, Bright Jade Skill Level 8. The skill card attribute. Special skill, permanent ability increases with cultivation, skill type. Effect 1. Divine Kung Fu has just been awakened. Inner breath is condensed. Stamina points consumption rate is reduced. Able to move for a longer period of time without oxygen. Effect 2. Chi flow away, Rendu, rebirth, basic physical skills increase slightly. Effect 3. Heart as clear as ice, unperturbed even if the sky collapses, increased resistance to negative effects of spirit. Effect 4. Riding the wind and treading the waves, Shadow Step, active skill, allows the player to perform a theoretical extreme dodging action. Effect 5. Use softness to overcome hardness. Physical damage increased by 1.5 times. Effect 6. Flower to Jade, invincible gods and ghosts. Active skill, reflect half of the attack power of an active skill back to the user, limited to players. Effect 7. Follow your heart, realm of minute subtlety, perfect control over your body, allowing your body to make any theoretically possible minute adjustments. Effect 8. Endless power, ice-like Xian energy, can add ice attribute to any attack skill, learning requirement. Female player, level 35 or above, Fighting Mastery A, Sorcery Mastery unlocked. Note: Shifting Flower Palace's Peerless Martial Arts, an authentic peerless mental cultivation method of the inner sect. Those who have mastered the divine art will have endless power. Their Xian force will be like ice, and they will remain youthful forever. They will be invincible. Name, Tidal Wall skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Medical effect. Create a defensive barrier that lasts for 3 seconds, cooldown 10 minutes. User can adjust the size and strength of the barrier according to their will, but the consumption will increase accordingly. Consumption. At least 30 spiritual energy points prerequisite. Medicine Mastery B. A remark. A spell developed by some high elf mutants who were exiled to the depths of the ocean. The caster can borrow the power of the god of the ocean to resist all tangible and intangible damage. Iato Naruto skill card attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Fighting effect. Perform an extremely destructive and fast Iato once cooldown. 1 hour, can only be activated when equipped with a sword-type weapon and sheathed in the scabbard. Consumption. 1000 stamina points, 100 sorcery points. Learning requirement. Fighting Mastery A. Remark. One of the Iajutsu created by fiendish swordsmen. It contains the power of the 5 elements and 8 directions. It's brutal and violent. Title abilities. Rakshasa Marquee name. Rakshasa Heavenly Pillar, a special ability type. Active consumption. 500 spiritual energy value effect. Transforms a cylindrical area with a diameter of 10 meters into the heavenly pillar region. Duration 30 seconds. Cooldown 24 hours. Requires a sword-type weapon of perfect grade and above that is bound to the caster to be temporarily sealed into the subspace. A remark: all players, NPCs, and monsters in the Heavenly Pillar region will not be able to use skills, items, and other special abilities. Units in the Heavenly Pillar region cannot be killed, and they cannot perform any offensive actions. All physical or non-physical damage and special effects from outside the Heavenly Pillar region will be nullified after entering the region. All life forms inside and outside the Heavenly Pillar region can freely enter and exit the region, but entering or leaving the region will cause them to lose 95% of their maximum life points. The name: Netherworld Tree Living Slaughter Circle. Skill card attribute: combination skill, disappears after activation. Skill type: fighting, sorcery, summoning, effect. Gather the power of 4 people to activate the Netherworld Guardian Circle. Consumption: 2,000 stamina points and 200 sorcery points. Activation requirement: there must be 4 players with a fighting mastery and above who have unlocked the summoning mastery. At least one of them must have a sorcery mastery and above, and the distance between them must not exceed 30 meters. Remark: the formation that guards the entrance to the Netherworld was created by the gods of the Netherworld. Its might looks down upon the 3 dimensions, and even the gods and Buddhas don't dare rashly approach it. O name: self-abandonment. Skill card attribute: active, permanent. Skill type: fighting, effect. Create an indestructible repulsive force field. Cooldown 250 minutes. Consumption: 1,000 stamina points, a small chance of recovering. Prerequisite: fighting. Remark: the dream that you once held tightly has long been extinguished. Although your heart is empty, there is no room for anything to enter. O name: Azura Tyrant Phoenix Fist. Modified. Skill card attribute: active, permanent. Skill type: fighting, effect. Convert your stamina points into fist force and inflict massive damage to your enemy. Cooldown 1 hour. Consumption: 99% of current stamina points. Prerequisite: fighting. Remarks: an ultimate fist technique created by a monk from another world and improved by player Azura. The damage calculation formula is: user's basic attack power * current stamina points coefficient plus skill attack power * all related attributes. O name: Evil Book of Greed. Skill card attribute: active, permanent. Skill type: workmanship, spiritual art, summoning, effect. Randomly summon a weapon of at least perfect grade from the void. Cooldown 24 hours. Consumption: 1 pint of human blood, 35% of maximum stamina points and spiritual energy points. Prerequisites: crafting, sorcery, summoning, a rank or above. Remark: the duration of the summoned weapon is inversely proportional to its rarity, attribute, and effect. Players cannot sell the summoned weapon to NPCs or monsters. Only the summoner can possess the weapon summoned by the Tome of Greed, even if he does not meet the requirements to equip it. Chapter 7. Item: name: Rainbow Lotus. Type: compound weapon. Rarity: legendary. Attack, defense, attribute, special effect: fusion refinement, 1 use only. Prerequisite: general ability A. This item will be bound to the user after being picked up. A remark: can refine 7 pieces of equipment into one and fuse them into a new piece of equipment. When refining, one must choose a piece of equipment as the main body. The attributes and special effects of the refined item will be randomly generated. It has nothing to do with the quality, attributes, special effects, or quantity of the refined materials. The quality of the refined item will be legendary, and it will retain the basic appearance of the main body. Name: Z-Wrench. Type: compound weapon. Rarity: legendary. Attack, Extremely strong, attribute. Ice, fire, a special effect 1. During the attack, it will automatically absorb kinetic energy to recharge itself. Special effect 2. After charging to 30%, it can transform into a nunchaku. Special effect 3. After charging to 50%, both ends will be imbued with ice and fire attributes. Special effect 4. After charging to 80%, it will gain the ability of combo attack. Repeated attacks on the same target within a certain period of time will increase the damage. Special effect 5. After charging to 100%, any attack on the head of any creature will result in a critical hit. Special effect 6. Within a certain period of time, if the number of combo attack reaches 70 and the number of critical hits reaches 7, the user can enter Z mode. In this mode, the attacks of the Z wrench will ignore the user's defense, and the user will gain a periodic speed buff. Special effect 7. In Z mode, the user can use Z burst once. The user will release all the accumulated kinetic energy from the start of the battle, resulting in a powerful attack. After the attack, the user will leave Z mode and return to 0%. Equip requirement: Fighting Mastery S or Workmanship Mastery S, bound to the user after being picked up. A note: most of us have the same experience when buying nunchakus. One day we watched a kung fu movie and bought one on a whim. When we got home, we excitedly beat ourselves up and then put the nunchakus on the shelf. Or we simply went to return the nunchakus. Without a doubt, this is a weapon that requires a high level of skill. A strong physique will not help you control it better, it will only help it whip you harder. If you are not confident in your skills, I suggest you fight in the wrench mode, but if you can use it well, then the Z-wrench is the king of close combat weapons. Name: Exodia Prison Set to Type. Special Armor Rarity. Legendary Defense. None Attribute. Absorb Special Effect 1. Seal Release Ceremony. Every time the player receives a physical attack, no matter how much damage they take in the end, they will obtain mana equivalent to the energy of the attack. Special Effect 2. The Sealed's Wrath. When the player receives a magic attack, the player can release a magic power equivalent to the energy of the attack, nullifying or weakening the attack. The Special Effect 3. Sealing Defensive Wall can be activated at any time. Consumes magic power to create a defensive force field. The magic power consumed is determined by the size and strength of the defensive force field. Special Effect 4. Seal Destroyer can be used on any defensive special effect produced by any item or skill by paying a magic value equivalent to its energy to nullify or weaken it. Equip requirement: S rank in any mastery, bound after synthesis. A remark: the combination of the sealed right foot, the sealed left foot, the sealed right wrist, the sealed left wrist, and the sealed exodia contains unimaginable ultimate power. Name: the Complete Harshness Armor Type. Armor Rarity. Legendary Defense. Extreme Attribute. Isolation Buffer Special Effect. When equipped, all damage received by the player will be reduced by 50%. All attacks judged to be strong and below will be nullified. P.S. Except for the damage caused by the axe, the tree spirit who talks trash must die. Equip requirement: Male player, S Fighting Mastery, Sorcery Mastery, B bound after pickup. Remark: a long time ago, the legendary dwarf craftsman, or Quandai, used the wood of the Tree of Ridicule as raw materials, dragon blood, demon bones, and many gems, to create a notorious artifact, the Harshness Armor. After the creation of this artifact, it immediately displayed unparalleled divine power and crazy characteristics that were difficult to control. Even Quandai himself could not fully control the power of the armor, nor could he destroy it. Therefore, Quandai used a special refining method to divide the power of the armor into 20 parts. He gave 3 parts to the elves, 7 to the dwarves, and 9 to the humans. As for himself, he left the main part of the armor and hid it. Name: Friends Mask Type. armor, rarity, legendary defense, none attribute, isolation, the special effect. When negotiating with NPCs, the success rate and persuasiveness of lies will be greatly increased. When using spiritual spells, the effects will be doubled, excluding negative effects. Equip requirement. Sorcery Mastery. A remark. A mask used by the leader of a mysterious organization. Friend isn't just a name or a code name. It's a will that brings terror and disaster to the world. Name: Kila Assault Rifle. Type: Weapon. Rarity: Perfect Attack. Extreme Attribute: None. Special Effect: Nothing special, just very strong. Prerequisite: Marksmanship. C can be taken out of the scenario. No remark. It was originally a very ordinary assault rifle, but because of the addition of Jinkala, it became several times stronger. Name: Orichalcum Divine Puppet. Type: Psionic Weapon. Rarity: Legendary Attack. Defense: Extreme Attribute: Absorb, Refract, Isolate, Buffer. A Special Effect. 1. Orichalcum's Shackle. This sorcery weapon can only be summoned when both the Orichalcum left arm and the Orichalcum right arm are present. The Special Effect. 2. Soul of Gigas. In a situation where only one Orichalcum arm exists, once the arm is structurally damaged, another Orichalcum arm can be summoned. Special Effect. 3. Kadara's Soul. When the Orichalcum Divine Doll appears, all the damage received by the Divine Doll during the battle will increase the Divine Doll's attack power. The increase will return to 0 when the Divine Doll is dismissed or when the battle ends. Special Effect. 4. Diablo's Will. When the Orichalcum Divine Doll appears, the user and the doll can be switched once every 10 seconds. Special Effect. 5. Power of the Serpent God. E. Sacrifice the Mountain Copper Doll to summon the Serpent God. E. Equip requirement. Snake God Yi's approval in using Orichalcum's power. Remark: A mysterious giant puppet born from the all-purpose material Orichalcum crystal that contains the power of darkness. It is both a weapon and a living being, and it has the power to summon evil god. Name: Electric Ball. A type: Consumable. Rarity: Perfect. Special Effect: After activating this item, all users' attack damage will be doubled for the next 3 minutes. Must use a lightning-related skill to activate this item. A remark: Crackling beads, also known as electric balloons. After Pikachu carries them, its attack and special attack abilities will increase. However, players can only trigger this effect through consumption. Name: Compressed Punishment Bullet. Composite. Type: Consumable. Rarity: Perfect. Special Effect: Release the compressed highly concentrated smiting force, trigger delay of 0.3 seconds, damage radius of 9 kilometers, item cannot be stored in inventory after it is created. Note: A multiverse transmigrator from Cybertron had experimentally combined the military technology of the two universes after traveling to the world of worms, thereby creating a batch of extremely lethal weapons. The compressed punishment grenade was one of them. By formatting the punishment energy contained in the holy grenade and compressing it into a cubic space with a side length of less than or equal to 15 centimeters, the destructive power of the weapon would increase exponentially. Name: Black Belt of Sega Sanlang. Type: Other. Rarity: Legendary. Special Effect: Obtain the power of Sega Sanlang. Remark: Master of Sega Saturn, a legendary man, the Black Belt of Sega Sanlang, who was proficient in many martial arts technique. P.S. Whoever dares to play with products other than Sega, I will beat them up. P.S. Rentun must die. Skills: Follower. Title. Abilities: Frowny Face. Name: Absolute Evasion. Best Effort. Type: Special Ability. Type: Active Consumption. 100 stamina points. Effect: During activation, the body will automatically evade all theoretically evasive attacks. Duration: 5 seconds. Cooldown: 1 hour. Remark: I don't recommend you to use it in the face of a very concentrated attack, because it might cause you to suffer more damage than the attack itself. Name: Holy Contract, Burning Lotus, Skill Card Attribute. Active, disappears after 5 uses, 3/5. Skill Type: Combat Spiritual Art, Effect. Overlap your palms and release a powerful spirit particle explosion. Consumption: Spiritual Energy Value 1. Learning Requirement: Fighting Mastery D. Spiritual Art Mastery A. Remark: one of Jue Ling Temple's 36 Holy Contracts. You need to master the temple's other ultimate skill, Vajra Soul, to fully unleash its power. Otherwise, the caster will suffer a certain degree of backlash the moment the skill is activated. Name: Body Enhancement Spell, Ultimate Skill Card Attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Spiritual Art Effect. After activation, the player can increase their strength and speed proportionally. The greater the increase, the greater the consumption. Consumption? Learning Requirement: Master Body Enhancement Spell, Modified Remark. Originally, it was a basic Taoist technique recorded in the Demon Subduing chapter of the 7 Ghost Valley sect. It was later modified by the 250th generation of the Ghost Valley sect. Its power is better, but the burden on the user is also more severe. Later on, it was modified by a candidate with the surname of Fong. Its effect has become even more extreme. Remember to use it carefully. Name: Hall of Glory, Modified Skill Card Attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Medic Effect. Create a ground circle that can continuously produce healing energy, cooldown time, 40 minutes. Requires guidance. Consumption: According to the actual range and effect of activation, spiritual energy value will be lost every 5 seconds. A learning requirement: Medic Mastery A. Remark. Originally a spell exclusive to priests in the Ragnarok world. It can heal allies and cause damage to undead and demonic creatures. The modified Hall of Glory can be activated by any energy. It is no longer limited to the original holy energy. Therefore, it can heal allies of any race. Its range and effect can be changed according to the strength of the caster's energy. However, the large range and effect of the Hall of Glory will increase the consumption by several folds. Name: Construction Skill, King of the Mountain Road, Skill Card Attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Workmanship Effect. Create a high-performance land-carrying vehicle. Consumption: During the manufacturing process, 5 stamina value will be lost every 10 seconds. No less than 10 kilograms of metal, no less than 5 joining parts. Other parts can be added as required. Learning requirement: Workmanship A. Remark. I have a friend who owns a car repair shop. Every time he finishes repairing someone's car, there will be an extra box of parts that he doesn't know how to put back. One day, I told him, when you have enough parts, you will be able to put together a new car. So, he really started to store those parts. Until one day, he finally collected enough parts. Then, he was arrested. That's why I always say that modifying cars is risky. A low-profile old driver. Name: Armor Transformation Skill Card Attribute. Active, permanent skill type. Workmanship Effect. Allows you to undergo a cool armor transformation that lasts for 20 seconds, cooldown time, 2 hours. Consumption: 200 stamina value, a pile of metal or workmanship items that are no less than your body weight. A learning requirement: General Ability A. Workmanship C. A Remark. After the transformation, your strength, speed, and stamina will increase or decrease according to the materials used for the transformation. In theory, the duration of the transformation is unlimited unless you take off your armor or use any transformation skills again. Please note, this is not a cartoon where one scene is repeated for an entire season. Your transformation process can be interrupted by any external force other than yourself. Name: Time Difference Sketch Skill Card Attribute. Active, permanent skill type. General Ability Effect. Immobilize, cooldown time, 1 hour. After successful activation, target will be locked for 30 seconds. Requires pen and paper to activate. Consumption: 200 sorcery value a learning requirement. General ability S, workmanship B a remark. After the death of the Master of Time, the power of time became one of the powers that could be freely shared in the universe. This skill was created by an expert who could sense and connect to the power of time. The person who mastered it can use the form of a sketch to capture the afterimage of the target in the flow of time and affect the target's actual body. Name. 3 steps. A special ability type. Active consumption. Stamina points 500, sorcery points 50 effect. Create a 3-step image for yourself or your partner, can only be used once after being transported into the scenario. Lasts for 39 seconds. When used on your partner, the target has to be within your line of sight. A remark. The 3 steps form cannot come into physical or non-physical contact with friendly units. The damage caused by the 3 steps form is the same as the damage caused by the original body. The 3 steps form cannot be destroyed by any effects in the current time dimension. Name. Ghost Zen 6 breaks. Skill card attribute. Active skill disappears after 1 use. Skill type. Fighting, sorcery, effect. Absolute success, divine enchantment descent, slaughter seal, heavenly burial, all things perish, Brahma ghost sorrow. These 6 styles will be activated continuously and cannot be interrupted. Consume. Can only be used when the user is on the verge of death, no consumption, learning requirement. Fighting S, sorcery C a remark. Gue Rulai's unique skill. Its power is unparalleled, and it can cause ghosts to weep. Name. Summon, Bloody Mary, substitute type, skill card attribute, active skill, permanent skill type, summon effect. Summon a Bloody Mary, substitute type summon can be summoned or dismissed at any time. No cooldown. The duration is based on the user's endurance. Non-plural substitutes cannot be summoned multiple times. The substitute ability points. Damage E, Speed E, Shooting Range C, Sustain A, Precision D, Growth D. Substitute ability. When the Bloody Mary is materialized, the user only needs to call out the name of a certain character 3 times to teleport the character to the mirror. The summoned and the summoner must be in the same universe and have seen each other in the past 12 hours. If there is a character with the same name, priority will be given to summoning the character with the same name first seen in the past 12 hours. Consume. Summon when focused. Learning requirement. Activate summoning and sorcery mastery. Be pierced or damaged by an arrow and implanted into the substitute disc, been to the devil's palm and equipped with the saint's body, a remark. This countess had an unbelievably seductive appearance, an intelligent mind, and a cold and arrogant temperament. For a long time, she was regarded as one of the most beautiful women in Hungary. When she was young, the countess showed signs of violence and sadism. When she grew up, she took pleasure in torturing the beautiful maids and the young girls of the commoners. When she reached middle age, the Countess finally began to study black magic and witchcraft. She tried to use the blood of virgins to keep herself young forever. Cruel killings continued to take place in her castle. It was like purgatory on earth. Her atrocities continued for decades, directly causing the deaths of hundreds of people. Even her status as a noble could not protect her anymore. She was sentenced to never step out of her castle. When the stonemasons sealed all the doors and windows of her residence, her castle became a large, dark tomb. But until the end, she never admitted to her crimes, nor did she express any regret for her actions. Name. Summon. Underworld General Skill Card Attribute. Active Skill, Permanent Skill Type. Summoning Effect. Randomly summon a warrior from the underworld to fight for you. Cooldown. 120 minutes. Duration. 10 minutes, maximum of 1 underworld warrior at a time. Consumption. 30% of maximum spiritual energy. Prerequisite. Summoning be a note. Communicating with the underworld is a laborious task. It's like an isolated island with terrible cell phone and internet signals. You can never tell who will pick up your call. If you can find Jim Downing or Alejandra Jones, then you're lucky. But if you find Nick Cruz, then you're on your own. Name: Summoning, Night Walker, Substitute Type, Skill Card Attribute, Active, Permanent Skill Type, Summoning Effect. Summon a Night Walker, Substitute Type. Summons can be summoned or dismissed at any time, no cooldown, duration based on endurance, non-plural. Substitutes cannot be summoned multiple times. Substitute Ability Points: Damage A, Speed A, Shooting Range B, Endurance A, Precision C, Growth B. Substitute Ability: Peerless Swordsmanship, Extremely Strong Combat Ability, Body of the Abyss, immune to all dark attribute attacks. Iron Will, almost unaffected by any spiritual attacks. Consumption, can be summoned by concentrating. Prerequisite: Summoning and Sorcery Mastery activated. Pierced or damaged by an arrow and implanted as a substitute disc, once went to the Devil's Palm and equipped with the Saint's Body. A remark: Legend has it that in a certain abyssal world where even demons are unable to set foot in, there exists a type of black horse. They are known as the Galloping Knight. They are the physical embodiment of the purest and most active power in the abyssal world. One day, a soul from another dimension known as the Abyssal Walker came to this world. After a long period of time, he resonated with the Galloping Knight. His soul fused with this power, and the Galloping Knight was born. Chapter 8. After listening to the countdown, Fong Bujue soon entered the game world. He was in an environment that was very similar to an elevator, but there was no floor button next to the door. On the wall on his right was a 32-inch touchscreen. The wall facing the door was a mirror, and it could reflect the player from head to toe. Fong Bujue looked at his reflection in the mirror. At that moment, he had become a high-resolution 3D CG character. The outfit that he was wearing changed into a black long-sleeve t-shirt and long pant. There was nothing special about it. The face of the in-game character was similar to his appearance in real life. He was less than 1.8 meters tall, had unkempt hair, and had feminine facial features. With the support of the fourth-generation photon computer, the players in the game could experience the 5 senses that were realistic enough. However, the game was still limited to CG, and it could not allow the player to enter an environment that was similar to real life. Welcome to the game login lobby. The following are all the game options provided by the Dream Company. Please select the option to log in. The system announcement appeared in his ears again, and the options for selection appeared on the touchscreen next to him. There is only one option, and they even created a login lobby. Is this a hint that the company will release more games in the future? Fong Bujue thought as he clicked on the only option on the screen, Thriller Paradise. Players must be above the age of 16 to log in to this game. The company does not recommend users who suffer from heart disease, mental illness, or related medical history to come into contact with this option. This sentence was displayed on the screen, and the system voice repeated it again. Then, 3 icons appeared on the screen. One was Confirm Login, and the other was Cancel. Next to them was a very eye-catching link option, Relevant Disclaimer. Mental illness, huh? Fong Bujue mumbled to himself. I should take a look. He selected the third option, and a long list of clauses appeared on the screen. Looking at the scrolling bar on the right, it was clear that this disclaimer was incredibly long. When a normal person saw similar clauses or clauses in a game, 80% of them would close it or scroll through it and click Agree. But Fong Bujue was no ordinary person. He was 24 years old this year, and he was a mystery novelist. His hobby was to shamelessly call himself an artist or a great writer when others asked him about his profession. However, these were not the main point. Let's talk about his abnormality first. First of all, his original intention of playing this game was to cure his illness. Of course, this illness was definitely not internet addiction, but an actual illness. About 2 months ago, Feng Bujue suddenly realized that something was wrong with his body. He spent about 3 days to confirm that he had lost the emotion of fear. No matter how scary the sounds or images were, they could not stimulate him. He read horror movies and novels day and night and tried to use his imagination to scare himself, but it was useless. It was as if a door had been closed in his mind. He knew exactly what was scary and what was scary about a horror movie, but he did not feel afraid. Thus, he went to a nearby hospital. It would have been fine if he didn't go, but once he did, he found a big problem. The MRI showed that there was a blurry shadow in his brain near the amygdala, and the possibility of a tumor could not be ruled out. Later, Feng Bujue went to 3 or 4 of the top hospitals in the country, but none of them could confirm the diagnosis. Instead, they came up with a wide variety of treatment options. After many tests and many consultations with many famous doctors, Feng Bujue basically understood. This disease was probably going to be recorded in the history books. As a patient, there were only 2 things to consider. 1. Which doctor should he give the name of this disease to, and 2. Should he donate his brain to medical research after death? In a way, he would have contributed to the scientific field. 2 months later, the shadow in Feng Bujue's brain did not change. It did not worsen, shrink, or disappear. Other parts of his body were normal. In fact, he was healthy. After some consideration, he rejected treatment and was discharged from the hospital. Since the loss of fear was the only symptom, and no one could tell when he would die or how long it would take for him to die, he decided to leave it to fate. One day, Feng Bujue happened to see the closed beta advertisement for Thriller Paradise. At the time, the slogan was, "Breaking through the traditional gaming model, immersing you in despair, shock, and fear that follows you like your shadow. Experience a gaming experience that you have never experienced before." Then, he looked at the game's setting and saw a well-made promotional video that claimed to have scared children until they wet themselves. He also noticed the link that said, "If you buy the new gaming hub, you'll be given a closed beta account." Therefore, even though it looked ridiculous, Feng Bujue's purpose of entering the game was not just to play, but to be scared. He was trying his best. Perhaps in this kind of immersive baptism of fear, he would be able to regain his sense of fear. Of course, with this kind of mental abnormality, it could only mean that Feng Bujue was a patient. He was not a normal person because of his brain tumor. Before he got the disease, he was already different from the rest. To use the local dialect, he was a weirdo. There were many strange things about Feng Bujue. Even though they were not at the level of obsessive-compulsive disorder, most of them were hard to understand. Here was one of them, reading addiction. His desire to read was incomprehensible to ordinary people. For example, he would read the words on the packaging of shampoo. Another example was that he could read the instructions of household appliances from the beginning to the end without missing a single word. What was even more shocking was that he could even read the labels on new clothes. As long as something or someone was related to Feng Bujue, he would instinctively collect all the information related to it. Furthermore, he did not just read through it without thinking. He had amazing reading and memory. Even though he was not as good as Zhang Song, who had a photographic memory, as long as he had seen something before, he could remember at least 60% of it. It's not that different from other games. Feng Bujue used 2 minutes to finish reading the clause that was several thousand words long. The only thing that stands out is the clause in the 6th paragraph. He lowered his head slightly and used his left hand to hold the elbow of his right hand. He placed his right index and middle finger on his forehead and then slid them down the bridge of his nose. This was his habit when he was deep in thought. In other words, the death of the player due to a heart attack or mental illness has nothing to do with their company, he said as if he was giving a conclusion. Feng Bujue believed that he could not rule out the possibility that this clause was purposely made up by the Dream Company. He had read about the game on the official website, and the biggest selling point of the game was the concept of terror points. Through the Photon computer and gaming hub, it could monitor the player's heartbeat, pulse, blood pressure, and neurological response in real time to gauge the level of fear. If the player's terror points in the game exceeded the threshold, the connection would be forcibly cut off, and they would go offline immediately. If the player's physical condition was seriously abnormal, like their heartbeat stopping or suffocating after going offline, the gaming hub would inform the ambulance immediately. After all the neural networks were connected to the police and emergency department. Based on this design, the chance of scaring someone to death should not be high. After clicking continue, Fong Bujue heard the system say, "This is your first time logging into the game. Please enter your in-game ID." An input field appeared on screen, and next to it, there were some restrictions. For example, the ID had to be more than 4 characters long, and no vulgarities or sensitive words were allowed. In the age of photon computers, such restrictions were even more thorough. The system's intelligence and calculation ability were so high that it made one's hair stand on end. It only needed a word or even a general category, and it would be able to make use of its own reasoning ability to limit any borderline behavior. For example, a name like Big Penis Deep or some symbol after FUC or adding a K. These anti-harmony measures were useless against the 4th-generation photon computers. More than a decade ago, there were people who worried that the AI of this type of computer might turn around to attack and enslave human beings, but until now, there was no reliable evidence to support such a theory. In conclusion, the photon computer's intelligence was very high, and as for how high it was, the system would provide further information. Verification complete. ID is Fong Bujue. You can use it. Please confirm. Fong Bujue's real name was not that popular, so he should be able to use it as well. However, he used Fong instead of Fong because he did not want to use his real name and also because it was self-deprecating. After clicking confirm, the system said, "Next, we will begin the beginner's tutorial." The tutorial can only be completed once, and the scenario is randomly generated. After completing it, you will receive the corresponding initial reward. Please note that the result of the tutorial will not affect your character's initial stats, only the reward will be different. If you interrupt the tutorial due to high terror points, voluntarily disconnect, or leave the gaming hub, you will not be able to continue the original scenario when you enter the game next time, and the system will generate a new tutorial for you. After hearing the system's announcement, Fong Bujue reached out to confirm. However, when his finger touched the icon on the screen, the elevator suddenly turned dark. The next second, a voice spoke. It was completely different from the mechanical system. This time, it sounded like an old witch. "Welcome to Thriller Paradise." Just as the voice finished, the elevator shook without warning. Then, the black box, which was so dark that one couldn't even see one's own fingers, started to move and slowly sank down. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Nights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.